It's just not. But if you're winning, that stuff bothers anybody. If you're winning is like all these things that we're talking about. Nobody's complaining about money. Nobody's complaining about anything if you're winning games. But when you're not, and your goals start to change, and it's about a winning record and not about winning a division or not winning a playoff game, then we got a problem. And we've had that problem for a long time, actually long before these guys got here that are currently here. This thing's been going on. And it's a tough one, especially early on to start 0-2. So we'll get into all that stuff. On the other side of this whole thing, Paul Maurice going to join us. Florida Panthers head coach will join us a little bit later on in the show. They're going for three-peat. How about that? I still can't believe it, Woody. Every time you think about what they've done, they've been to 3 straight finals, now won back-to-back championships, got their whole team back, got some of their guys to take less money to all come back late in their careers, all 3 of them, Bennett being the youngest of the guys to come back, and here we go. So anyway, we'll talk to Coach Maurice coming up here a little bit later on in the show. So we've got that, and then we got all kinds of other stuff to get to, including what's that game Saturday night? Oh, that's right, man. We've got a big college football game coming up with the Florida Gators coming to town to take on the Miami Hurricanes, and that should be a lot of fun, man. Everything's gone on. What is it now? 7.5 points? 7? Is that what I saw, Woody? Am I saying that? 7, or is it change, or it's 3, or it's 2? What is it?
I don't know, it's been all over the place, but Joe, I think the Canes should have a lot of advantages in this game, don't you? And this feels like the game where you guys always talk about turnovers. I think this is where Miami really can thrive in this game. Get after this quarterback a little, get some pressure on him, and the throws he made against LSU were disastrously bad.
Yeah, they got to get after him. I totally agree with you. Take care of the ball. That's kind of the thing, which Dolphins, by the way, have now turned it over 4 times, and 4 times now, is it? Turned over 3 or 4 times, and
they've had one was taken away, right?
And the Dolphins, the Dolphins have not had a takeaway on defense. They have not been able to.
Wow, is that true? Through 2 games?
Yeah.
Not 1, huh?
Nothing.
Nice.
Not 1. So anyway, those some of those
not
numbers.
A lot of good numbers for that team.
No, listen, there's just not a lot of good. Hell, there's not a lot of good individual stats through 2 games. So, this could change things, and we'll find out how much this affects everybody. Everybody's saying all the right things, and they want to play quickly and get up there and forget about what happened the last 2 weeks and get a big win and get some confidence.
If they don't respond in this game,
yeah.
Because here's the thing, like if you look at everything yesterday and everyone got asked about it, I saw Sealer, Waddle, like all these guys are asked about it, about Mike, and in this being like, the end of the road for him, right? And, him being on the hot seat, and they go, oh, we're not worried, we're going to go out and play. Like, we can't focus on that. But, like, if they were ever going to have a game where they stepped up for their coach, which it's like you probably should have done this in the first 2 weeks, but
you know how many coaches
they got to know he's cooked after this game, right?
I've listened to a lot of guys, and I've listened to a lot of guys through the years tell me how much they like their coach, and they drafted him, and this guy, I have a special relationship, I have great respect for him. And then you hear, man, we really let that guy down. I mean, we're still here, but we really let that guy down, and now he's out of a job.
Mm-hmm.
But you do have a lot of guys need to start playing a lot better. You do. And I got to tell you, one thing about the NFL, it starts at quarterback. It just starts at quarterback. Now, I know he can't do it by himself. He'd like to have a running game. You like to have good pass protection, and all those things. And, I could give you a list of things that you like. A fast start. It'd be nice to get off to a fast start. Take the Buffalo Bills crowd out of this game. That would be really nice. But you got to see it. And we haven't seen it yet. Can you stop the run? The Bills are going to run the you-know-what out of the ball now, man. That's what they've been doing. mix in their passing game, and they've been real good against Tua and our offense. They were, even when we have put up big numbers, they've been real good. I saw some numbers Tua and Josh Allen head to head yesterday. Head to head, Tua's 1-8 against Josh Allen, but that's the whole team. I mean, it's pretty. When he's not playing, it's obviously not very good either. Tua's got 9 touchdowns and 10 picks against the Buffalo Bills in those games. Allen, in 14 starts, has 37 touchdowns and 8 picks. So,
well, Tua he just told us in that soundbite that he's not as good as Josh Allen. Did you know that?
I did. I heard that.
Okay.
But
he had to let us know yesterday, though. Yeah, I'm not Josh Allen.
So I just want to say this because I know you told me you got to hear this.
I mean,
and when I got
getting
home,
paid $200-something million, it's not ideal to hear that.
Okay.
How many quarterbacks around the league, like when they're doing their weekly stuff, they go, I can't do half of what that guy can do.
You don't get that. You don't usually get that where a guy
it's just like,
where a guy will say that I can't
matter,
do.
But my God, man.
Hey, there's one thing. He needs to just go out and play a zillion times better than he has so far.
Is he capable of
Yeah, I
doing
mean,
that,
he's
though?
done it. He has. He has in the past. He's had some games where he's been really, really good at what he's doing. But right now, he doesn't, to me, I said this before, he doesn't look like the same guy.
No.
And I think we all agree. But he said those things, and a lot of people are like, whoa, man, calm down. Okay. I mean, it's true. You can't run like him, and you don't have his arm, and can make throws that he can. I mean, it's true. We talk about it all the time. The guy's an MVP, and he spends half the season in bad weather. It doesn't affect him, and he can take off and run for 70 or 80 yards. And if he does get hurt, I guess he broke his nose in this last game.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He walks out for like a half a play.
He goes in that tent.
Trubisky's in.
He goes
not for
long.
long.
He goes in the tent and he tells the doctor, "Look, just get the blood to stop. I'm going back in, but you're taking time away from me right now. We've done this before with this blue tent thing. Put the damn thing down so I can go play." So anyway, yeah, we got.
It's such a difference in just overall.
I wasn't. You know what though? I heard it, and again, people are calling, going, "Did you hear what he said?" Now,
well, I know that we're not allowed to talk about the quarterback or quarterbacks that you played for or with.
I thought that was against the rules.
It is against the rules.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Would Marino ever go up to the podium and say, "I can't do half what that guy can do"?
No.
Isn't that part of being a quarterback?
When
being a leader of the team, like you have this, stuff to you, right? That you think you're the best. Isn't that kind of how this whole deal is supposed to work?
Well, I get the going, hey, Josh Allen's a hell of a player. He's MVP.
Yeah,
but
give him say some nice stuff about him, but don't take a shot at yourself at the same time.
Yeah, well, he did, and hey, all that matters right now,
there's just no confidence, man.
There's just he needs to go out, and whatever they've worked on with the coaches to get that little problem they had at the end of the game taken care of, so everybody knows what they're supposed to do and when they're supposed to be in the game, and getting the play in early enough. So if you have to check it down in the red zone, you can.
They fixed all that.
They said right away. So I know
right.
we got that thing taken care of. But listen, this stuff just all goes back to, it's all part of losing football, all these things, and you just have to put together a complete game, and you need to get off to a good start. They thought the Colts were a loud place. Can you imagine that thing, like the Colts game, is going to be 99% Buffalo Bill fans. That thing is going to be. And
that's the last game you're going to call there, right?
This will be it.
Yeah. You'll be in the new place next time, I think.
That's right. Yeah. Well, yeah, they have it right across the street. The new stadium will be
That's got a roof
ready.
though, right? Does that got a roof?
No, they're not putting a roof on it.
They're not putting a roof on that one.
Why would you?
For Tua.
No, that's exactly. That's why you don't. Any guy that's not weatherproof, they've got one of them. They got maybe the president of the weatherproof club. Would you say he's right up there?
Yeah.
The other guy in
Yeah.
Kansas City's also, we've seen his weatherproof too. But
This is a great text this morning, by the way. If Tua knows he's half as good as Josh Allen, why didn't he settle for half of Josh
yeah,
Allen like money?
I saw that yesterday. I
Yeah.
said, well, so if you're half as good, why don't you take like 25 million a year instead of 50? I
Should
saw
he give half back?
I saw all the comments coming in
It's just
yesterday.
such a losery thing to say.
So I think he was trying to compliment the guys playing against, which the guys do. Go, hey, I'm playing against a guy that's a heck of a player. And, I do remember Danny talking about Elway and Jim Kelly.
But this is why, like, you have a quarterback that always says how disconnected he is to everything, right? And he doesn't get it. He does not play the game.
I agree that I agree that he doesn't get it when he does certain things that he does. He does things sometimes, and it's like, ooh, why'd he say that?
Maybe he really is that disconnected from reality, and
I
he
don't-
just goes home.
So
and his
can I
family
tell you
tells him
what?
how great he is, and that's it.
I don't think he has a lot of media savvy.
No, I wouldn't say so.
And I'm not saying say the right thing, because look at, man, those quarterbacks, that's a special club. They're all in that club. I think that most of them all have great respect for each other. They all have a little different style. Quarterbacks all look differently.
Well, I'm not so sure I've ever seen in the history of covering stuff in this town, for me at least. I don't know about you. That's 20 plus years now. I've never seen an athlete so protected that just will not, unless he's promoting a product at the Super Bowl, and he's still, even then, will only go on with a select group of people. This guy just doesn't do interviews. He just doesn't do media stuff. He's the most protected guy I've ever seen.
I believe Tua would be very happy to leave camp every day.
Yeah.
And this is a Ryan Tannehill thing too.
Yep.
As I brought up before, those guys are very happy to go home and never see anybody in the media unless you're having a charity event or something, and I need you a little bit to promote an event. They would be just fine without it. Woody had some good points. Don't disagree with you, man. I don't disagree with
Someone
you.
said the market is the market. That's right.
Oh, listen, man. We could go through a list of things that have been. The
market is the market.
Couple of things that have been said the last couple of days. Last couple of weeks.
Guy said, hey, Hollywood, if you had a contract for $200 million, you'd be disconnected from reality too. Yeah, probably right.
That's a great call. That is true.
He's got no bravado. Not that that's the most important, but you want your leader to come across as tough. Texter says, I am so with everyone on this, man. The guy is the freaking quarterback of the Miami Dolphins.
Right.
And he just sounds like a dope up there.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't have to go that far. I'm not disagreeing with you, Woody. He didn't have to go that far about. I mean, I heard it, and
everyone knows Josh Allen's great, man.
Right.
You want to say he's great?
No. He said he goes. He can run. Yes, he's one of the better running quarterbacks. He's one of the most durable quarterbacks.
I can't do any of that stuff, but you idiots paid me regardless, so whatever.
And
so you're stuck with me.
And he can make throws that I can't make, and you're going, that's true. Those things are all true, but you don't need to say him as a guy that's in that special franchise quarterback club. I probably wouldn't say all that. I'm guessing Drew Brees wouldn't have said that, about, yeah.
I've never, to be quite honest, I don't think I've ever heard a quarterback say anything like that. Most of these guys have a little bit of.
No, that's so when he started that thing, I had that moment of like, I stepped back and go, wow, boy, you were very complimentary of how good he is.
But like even some of these rookies are like, listen.
And you know what I thought of, Woody?
Cam Ward to say some crap like that?
No. Hey, Woody, you know what's crazy? I was thinking that's the same things I've been saying about Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Hey,
Jeez,
speaking of that, we got more from Buffalo. What are we looking at? Eric Wood, who's a good friend of mine, Bills radio analyst.
Let's hear him after they lose by 3 touchdowns tomorrow
for the
night,
Buffalo
Joe.
Bills.
Let's see what Tua has to say after that game. Boy, that guy is so fun.
I got news for you.
So good.
Somehow they win this game,
stop.
and he plays well.
Would you stop?
And then no, but that's what needs to happen, because all those comments will come back.
If they go up there
to
and
haunt
win
him.
this game, it would be one of the great upsets in Dolphins history.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yes, it would. It would be to turn things around that much.
Yeah.
And go up there and get a win.
After the Bills just crushed.
Hey, I'll be honest with you, man. Skylar Thompson took us up there in that playoff game. I was thinking about this, and he wasn't very good in the game. and our defense kept getting takeaways from Josh Allen. You remember that game?
I do.
And we are
I
sitting
do.
there, and we are sitting there down 3, and we got the ball. Of course, remember we had to delay a game, and that. Oh my God,
Yeah.
I just had to delay a game. Stop. I'm going to stop right there.
My concern, though, is that they're just going to run the ball down their throats, right?
All right, listen, man. We're you keep your thoughts. We got a guest coming up
Josh
here.
Allen, Joe.
No, I know. You listen. You do whatever you want to do. Eric Wood, Bill's radio analyst, will join us coming up here in a couple minutes. We'll talk to him. Atlantic Men's Clinic, ED and low T is some serious stuff, man. It is serious stuff. I want to talk to all the fellas out there going through it right now. And people go, well, how do you know, Joe? Well, I know this. Starting at about the age of 40, I go to Atlantic Men's Clinic and have now for a while. And I know that I see guys in their late 30s and 40s all the way up to guys in their 80s and 90s that are going because they have low T, no energy left. And by the way, when the energy gets real bad, I mean, it starts to mess with you. Depression, you're just in a funk all the time. You literally like, what's wrong, honey? Something's wrong. You need to go see somebody. And it's old low T kicking in. Then ED falls and your sex drive is gone. And it was hit and miss for a while in the bedroom, and now it's just a big old fat, sorry, honey, something's wrong. If you're going through that right now, go to Atlantic Men's Clinic. You can get it taken care of. Get the testing done. They'll take a look at everything. You get the PSA test, if medically advised to test those. Meet with their professional staff. They will meet with you, look at the results, and then put you on a plan that's perfect for you. Not me, for you. And you'll start to get great results real fast. That's the best part of this story. 7 locations in South Florida to serve you, a brand new location in Hollywood. Hey, man, I had great results. And I'm in my late 60s, and I want to get more out of life. Hopefully some more wins. Call them today, 877-455-7300. Set up that first appointment. Hear what Atlantic Men's Clinic has to say. They'll put you on a program. If still your energy level and your sex drive and everything, enjoying your kids and your family and your vacations more and every day and walking, and if that's still important to you, Atlantic Men's Clinic is for you. What? all of a sudden is number 2, 166 yards. Has that surprised you how good the run blocking's been early?
Not really. They did a great job running the football last year, and a lot of it comes from Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator, Aaron Cromer, the offensive line coach. I think he's one of the best in the league. And then with the emergence of James Cook, they draft him out of Georgia thinking he's going to be a third down kind of scat back type. And what he's developed into this exceptional zone runner has been incredible. And so that group's done a great job. And Joe Brady's not afraid that if the game's in hand, they're not looking to stat pad. Joe Brady does not have this huge ego. He doesn't, have to sit at his Monday press conference each week and talk about how many yards Josh Allen had. And there's times that Josh has got to put on the cape and do it himself. But then you have games like Sunday where Josh doesn't have to do a whole lot and James Cook and the run game takes over.
I always wonder this one now that Josh in his 8th year. I've been saying it ever since his rookie year, like he's a big guy, but sooner or later all that running is going to catch up to him. He's just not going to change the way he plays the game, is he? He's still going to – when he has to run, he's going to run.
Well, I'll say this. Over the last, 4 seasons, each year his rushing totals have gone down in attempts and yards. So whether that's by design of the play callers or that's him intentionally running it less, he is toning it down. But then you see a play like Sunday, he sees man-to-man coverage on 3rd and 10, and he takes off and runs for 40 yards and breaks his nose in the game going up the middle of the defense. And he is who he is, and it's going to be hard to bring it out of him. But I will say that over these last few years, he has done a better job of taking care of himself, not trying to make these wild plays that at times result in turnovers or him taking a big shot. He's done a good job of dialing it back a little bit.
Hey, these receivers, everybody goes, they're just a bunch of average receivers and they're good possession guys. I don't know what they are, but they have using all of them, Coleman, Palmer, Shakir. What's your take on this group of receivers, including throwing in the 2 tight ends?
I'll start with Keon Coleman. And last year he got dinged up in his rookie year, which hampered some of his development and, who he was towards the end of the season. He had some strong points last year, though. And all the talk this offseason was about how well he's developed, how he's gotten faster. His releases got better. He's been better at the point at the catch. And you don't know if that's going to translate to the regular season. It certainly did week 1, and he didn't get a whole lot of opportunities week 2. Against the Jets, and really they didn't push the ball down the field a whole lot, and he had one nice catch down the field, and they got him for offensive pass interference. So he's probably the most high-end talent they got. Josh Palmer, you mentioned they didn't get a whole lot this offseason because they, extended a bunch of their guys, but one guy that they went after immediately when free agency started was Josh Palmer, a guy that Brandon Beane and his staff identified with the Chargers who maybe didn't get a whole lot of production stat-wise, but a guy that was open when they turned on the film and a guy that had the potential to make plays. He's had a strong start this season. Shakir's been a consistent slot guy for a number of years now. And then the tight ends have been a bright spot through 2 games so far this season. They drafted Jackson Halls, who's a blocking type, but he had a big catch in the first game. And then the combination of Kincaid and Knox has looked solid to start the season.
All right, I got to ask you about a guy from down here, St. Thomas Aquinas, which, by the way, you guys have really gone after that St. Thomas Aquinas now with 3 guys on that team from the same high school. Joey Boza, how's Joey doing?
Oh, he's looked great so far, and we all just got our fingers crossed that he can stay healthy this whole season. He looks like a guy, and he's playing like a guy that is enjoying playing football again, feeling good. You know how it is, Joe. When your body doesn't feel good, It can be miserable out there. You kind of feel like you're spinning your wheels with an organization. He comes into Buffalo. Everybody's excited to have him. He's appreciated, and he feels good at this point, and he's been exceptional through 2 weeks. We just hope he can be there. And I don't say that like he's been hurt every single year of his career. You just get up there in age and, you hope that through this season into the postseason, he can maintain the level of play he's playing at right now.
Are they rotating him in, or is he playing most of the game?
So right now I would say he's playing a majority of the snaps, but the way the Bills run their defensive line rotations, it's generally 60-40, maybe 65-35 between the first string and the second string. They rotate those guys in and out. They want them to fire off the ball, chase the ball on every play, and so they rotate those guys in and out. Right now, we have 2 defensive linemen suspended. Ed Oliver is out with injury or missed the Jets game. We'll see if he can make it back this week. So because of the injuries and suspensions across the front,
Yeah.
he's maybe playing a little bit more than he's wanted to, but through 2 games, he's got maybe 70-something snaps. They only played 47 snaps against the Jets and right around 50 against the Ravens. So they haven't got a whole lot of work on that side of the ball. Now, some of it against the Ravens because they were giving up massive plays, but last week they dominated that Jets offense.
Boy, I'll tell you what, that was to turn that on after a Dolphin game was on the same time and see the way you guys ran the ball. I mean, that thing was just, you run for over 200 yards in an NFL game like that, and as you said before, number one running back looks just so good in that game. It sure makes things a lot easier, time of possession and everything else, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that takes a whole lot of pressure off of everybody. And then, you know, with James Cook, he's done a great job of being able to get the tough yards, lower his shoulder, and pick up 3 to 4 at times. But when you have a back, and, you know, Achan's very similar, I mean, he's maybe the most explosive back in the league. But when you got a guy like James Cook who can take one to the house for 44, 48 yards, you know, that takes a whole lot of pressure off everybody. You know, up front, we always talked about getting guys to the second level, third level of the defense, and you get James Cook there, he could take it to the house in a hurry.
Yeah. Oh, no, we saw that last year down here. You're exactly right. Now, it's just thought of that. Hey, Josh Allen. So he's got his MVP. I know he's come up short, and everybody has with Mahomes, playing Mahomes, everybody else in AFC. What has he worked on, and what have you seen the biggest improvement with Josh Allen's been?
Heading into this season, one of the things he said this offseason was he wanted to get better at his pre-snap reads, being able to dissect what the defense was doing and not have to do all of that post-snap. I think, you know, through 2 weeks, I guess you could say that, I mean, he's had a strong couple weeks, but, you know, in his mind, that was something that he needed to get better at, which could lead to quicker decisions and, you know, less, you know, improvisation from him out there, I would say. And then I think Hard Knocks did a great job showing the, you know, quarterback specialist that he works on, that works with him on his mechanics and cleaning up his release and all of that. And it was pretty fascinating to see. I know that's been a kind of a progression over the last several years, but, you know, his release has changed so much since he entered the league to make himself a more accurate thrower. And, you know, you just don't see that often in the league with guys that are willing to constantly tinker with things in the release. It's like it's like some golfers that are willing to go back to the drawing board and start from scratch, or, you know, tinker with things. And other guys say, well, you know, what I'm doing got me this far, I'll just keep doing it. I respect the fact that Josh is always willing to, you know, try and find those little edges to try and give him an upper hand.
Eric, before I let you go, I got to ask you one more Josh Allen, because they always call me a kiss ass too, as Josh Allen down here all the time anyway. But I did want to ask, he's 13-2 against the Dolphins and now going into his 8th year here. I always want, he puts up monster numbers. He's had the perfect QB rating in a game against us. Does he play like this against everybody else, or has this just been that one team that you just seem to be at your best against?
Well, since he's entered the league, he has the most amount of AFC Offensive Player of the Week awards. So, I mean, yeah, he's putting up great stats against everybody. I think part of it was scheme with the Dolphins. For a while, you guys ran a ton of man-to-man defense, which, especially early in Josh's career, cleaned up some of the reads for him where he could attack matchups. Right. And then if he escaped with his legs, he was out the gate because everyone's chasing people with man-to-man defense. And then since Mike McDaniel's been there, I'm not saying all the games have been a shootout, but when you know you have to put up offensive points, generally when you're playing this Dolphins team, you know, the stats are going to come with it, where he's playing extra aggressive maybe against the Dolphins, understanding that, you know, it's likely not to be a low-scoring game.
Eric, thank you, man. I really appreciate you coming on. I know you've been super busy with everything. I'll see you in a couple of days. We're going to actually be traveling tomorrow. It's a weird one. So thank you so much for coming on.
Absolutely. Always look forward to speaking with you and look forward to seeing you up in Buffalo.
Thank you, man. I feel the same way. Eric Wood, Bill's radio color analyst, and nice enough to join us. Really, really good dude. Hey, we got a lot more stuff to get to. Man, I want to tell you about Cliggies. Oh, my gosh, nothing like a Cliggies golf cart. I'm talking about the neighborhood golf cart. I'm not talking about going out golfing. No, I'm talking about the cart you and your family can jump in, that's fully loaded and got everything you could ever want to really enjoy yourself with your family in the neighborhood. And there are some big golf cart communities, big around South Florida. I don't care if you're in Dade, Broward, Palm Beach County, anywhere else. Clickies is a place to go, man. Wait until you see it. They are all electric, featuring 48 and 72-volt lithium battery options, designed and engineered to be a leader in quality and safety with aluminum frames, adjustable front seat, and their 6-seat models, which is something nobody else offers. They got the 4 and the 6-seaters, but they are fully loaded with every toy you could want, including color of choice and colors. They'll paint it for you. Sound bars, LED lighting. Cliggy's Carts. That's Kliggys. Cliggy's Carts are located next to Okeechobee Steakhouse on Okeechobee Boulevard in West Palm Beach. Again, I don't care where you are. You got to make a stop. Now, you can go to the website, and I'll give it to you. But, hey, listen, man, you've got to go see him in person and take him for a ride. It'll be worth it. Cliggy's, by the way, will deliver free to anywhere in South Florida for you, so that's not a problem. They're slashing prices on top of everything else. Cliggy's ready to make a big splash here in South Florida. You might as well be part of it. Wait until you see the aluminum frames. They won't rust out. You should. If you don't have aluminum frame, you're making a big mistake with the weather down here. Hey, go call 877-Cliggies or visit CliggiesCarts.com. Again, Kliggys, CliggiesCarts.com. Hey, remember this too, $1,000 off or 0% financing. Cliggy's Carts, man, there's nothing like them.
Miami Sports
than maybe what their record shows. Their front over there is filled with a lot of guys that can get after the quarterback. So we got to be on our P's and Q's and understand what they're going to try to do to us. They're pretty unpredictable in terms of, when and where they're blitzing. So making sure that I'm seeing as much as I can, watching as much film as I can to try to pick up on cues and things. And again, we know what type of offense they are and what they can be and what they've shown in the past. So again, just making sure we're taking care of the football, trying to end every drive in a kick.
For me, I can't do half of what he does.
All right, and welcome back. Happy Wednesday out there to everybody. As you probably figured out by now, Miami Dolphins play tomorrow night in Buffalo. Off to a slow start. You know that as well. Now 0-2 on the season. And that was Josh Allen talking about some of the things with this Dolphins team. Of course, they are on fire with stats. And 2-0 comeback win against the Ravens in their opener and just crushed the Jets in New York last week. So Dolphins next team up. And, hey, listen, all this stuff that's being said, whatever the coach says, just Tua comes out and was over the top with compliments to Josh Allen and things that he can do.
That's how you handle a press conference. So that's how you say nice things about a team that sucks.
The way he just did.
Yeah, that was nice.
Well, he's not, of course. I mean,
a lot of nice things to say.
He knows
they stink. He's not going to get up there and say it, but
he knows they're not playing well. Yes, he does.
Yeah.
He knows that that
was very nice.
All those things. And listen, if I'm Josh Allen, the strength of their team, honestly, besides him, is his offensive line. It's one of the best offensive lines in football. They've signed their 2 tackles to long-term contracts. They rank always one of the best pass protecting teams, and also good run blocking this year, and off to a really good start. So, yeah, but nobody's going to badmouth anybody. No. It's always compliments. Oh my God, I know they're 0-2, but they do this and that. Nobody's going to come out and go, man, are they playing bad? We need to jump on them early and treat them the way the Colts did in that opener.
But how do you approach this if you're the Dolphins defense, or you're coming up with the game plan here? I got to imagine Buffalo's going to try to run it down their throats, right?
Yes.
So do you sell out to stop the run? Force those receivers to beat you?
Some of that.
I think you're getting a heavy dose of Cook.
But they also, he can throw for 250 yards real easily, too. He's got all those guys. I don't expect he's going to throw it down the field.
But if they can run the ball, the game's over.
Yeah, so if they run for close to 200 yards, I would guess we're in big trouble. What they just did to the Jets, I was shocked. They ran for 220-something yards against the Jets. If they do that, then you got all kinds of problems.
Well, you got to pick something, right? I mean, you're going to sit back in coverage and hope that Josh doesn't beat you with his arm, or are you going to try to, sell out and stop the run?
Well, you got a lot of things going on there. If he drops back and you do have his guys covered, you're going to take off and run, which is also he has no problem running 7 or 8 times and seeing what he can get.
That's also, if you've watched them, that's how a lot of these guys are getting open, by the way. Like, he will extend plays or roll out, and then when he comes to these broken plays, guys end up open, even though they're not the greatest receivers, but they have that much time.
We have seen Josh Allen up close. Remember throw last year on the run he made in the end zone to his running back, and So they can do a lot of things. I'm guessing it's got to be kind of an aggressive game plan, though. You're not going to sit back and things you've been doing the last couple of weeks. If they're not working, you probably want to change them up since you're getting ready to play this Buffalo Bills team. But, hey, man, all these things about we're hanging together. We believe in our coaches. It sounds great, but all that matters, including all your fan base and everybody else going, sounds great. And we're glad to hear you guys are all still believing and like this short week. Show us. Go up and show us. Show us that all of a sudden things got worked out that happened in that game. Show us when you make a big play, you don't turn around and give up a big play. You have a great punt return. Listen, I'm not going to get in the old stuff. Punt return, great play, 74 yards. Washington, just a unbelievable individual play of spin moves to break it, and then you allow a kickoff return right back. Like, okay, I'm going to put 7 on your 7. Here we go. Back. We're now back in control. So we got a lot more stuff to get to here this morning. Henry Crockett. Boy, I'll tell you what. Henry Crockett and I go way, way back, and brother Zach, the Crockett brothers at Ely High School. Anybody remembers that? Right after my second life after was I got to do some of those games on cable, local cable, and they used to carry a lot of Broward County games, and I got to see a lot of the Crockett brothers from Ely High School. He's now the president of the Orange Bowl. They got a lot of exciting stuff going on, so we'll talk to Henry Crockett. Brother Zach was a fullback. Henry, of course, a really good linebacker. And so we'll talk to him about everything going on, including exciting times. Best year ever for the Orange Bowl coming up. They get 2, not 1, but 2 playoff games, the quarterfinals and the finals coming up. Never happened in this new system. So it's a big win, and the community is going to be a big win because they do a lot of great things with that money. Put it right back here in South Florida. So we'll talk about some of that stuff coming up here in this early 7 o'clock hour. Got a lot more stuff. Paul Maurice going to join us, Panthers head coach. They're getting ready to go back. Can you believe it, man? They're getting ready to go to camp. Gosh, that was fast. Baptist Health, South Florida, man. I can tell you, it kind of ties everything together. People ask me all the time about the sports medicine program. When you've been injured, hey, you know one thing for sure, if no matter what age you are, if you're competitive and you play hard, whatever it is, you're going to get injured sooner or later. It's just the way it works. It doesn't matter. My age, your kid's age, it doesn't matter. Everybody gets injured sooner or later. Every professional, talk about it. There's one thing we know is going to happen at some point. Everybody gets injured in professional sports, college sports, high school sports. But it sure is nice to have one of the top sports medicine programs in the country. Baptist Health South Florida has put together a winner. Where do the pros go? The Miami Heat, the Florida Panthers, the Miami Dolphins, and Inter Miami. All believe FAU, FIU, all use are great doctors at Baptist Health South Florida. They take care of their team every day. And when they need surgeries, they got a team of specialists, and we call it the all-star lineup of Baptist Health South Florida for the knee, shoulder, foot and ankle, hand, back, hip, and knee replacement, Achilles. Reason I'm telling you this, man, the next time you get injured, you can see those same doctors that work on all of our athletes every day with 3 great facilities, Doctors Hospital in Coral Gables, Hard Rock Stadium, and the training facility right next to it there, and 595 in Pine Island in Plantation. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho. One goal every day, just one goal. It's about getting you healthy, back out playing the sports as quickly as possible.
Sport.
by Doral Hyundai, home of the Pricito. Our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Hyundai or DoralHyundai.com. Starting with the Panthers, who will host their media day today in Sunrise. The Cats will open up the preseason with a split squad game in Nashville on the 21st. Tobin and Leroy will be broadcasting live from Amaranth Bank Arena today. Over to the Marlins, who beat the Rockies 6-5. Game 2 of the 3-game series is tonight with the first pitch at 8:40 from Coors Field. And Inter Miami took down Seattle by a final of 3-1. Next up, Miami hosts DC on Saturday. The Joe Rose Show continues now.
Dude, he's top tier. If it's not with his arm, it's with his legs. That dude can do literally anything he wants. So definitely different skill set for me. I can't do half of what he does when it comes to running the ball and any of that. And then with how he can just chuck a ball down the field, with how far and the arm strength that he has, he's supreme when it comes to that. So it's going to be fun. Get to see him, get to play him again, and we'll see.
All right, welcome back. That was Tua Tagovailoa talking about Josh Allen. Head-to-head competition. Tua is 1-8. Josh Allen against the Miami Dolphins in 7 years. So far, 13-2 with a playoff win in there, if you're wondering how we got to the odd number there. But, 37 touchdowns, 8 picks so far. And so they'll go see what happens. Yes, it was kind of weird. I mean, it's one thing to compliment the guy you're playing against and saying, hey, man, he's an MVP. He's been really good. But break him down and then take a shot at yourself. Look, we say all the same things. Don't get me wrong. Tua's, like he said, can't run like him and doesn't have his arm, which everybody knows. Nobody can be Tua's biggest fan. You go, well, I can't argue with that part. But
it's hearing it out loud that's kind of jarring.
I just, again, if they're winning, the culture thing, yes, I know, but I know, but every day I'm doing shows off somebody saying, carrying on about the culture yesterday because Mike was asked about it. And then Tua was asked about playing against Josh Allen. Yeah, nobody expected him to say I'm half the player he is. And I know I saw the comments. Well, then why don't you take half the money and give the other half back?
Well, it's not a good look for a starting NFL quarterback. I don't know how many guys are around the league. And they all do this, right? They all say nice stuff about each other, which
nobody
Josh Allen had lovely comments about the Dolphins. He really sugarcoated the mess that is the Dolphins.
So they got
all the stuff they do.
So they got a good pass rush and
they don't. I mean, none of the stuff he said is true.
Well, they got a good pass rush.
But
I get right now everything's, bad, but they got some good players.
I just don't want to hear
we need to start looking like good players.
Starting quarterback money. I don't want to hear that guy saying that kind of stuff. How are you supposed to go back in the locker room and instill confidence in your guys that we're going to go up to Buffalo as 2 touchdown underdogs and win?
Yeah. Hey, listen, I was very surprised to hear him go that far. That's like
it's throwing in the towel.
It's I don't know about throwing in the towel.
I don't want to hear that.
I mean, I know. See, this is where you always go.
Joe, how much time?
I understand. Listen, I'm just going to say this. I agree.
Captains and culture.
I agree. Listen, Josh Allen's a man of the Buffalo Bills people, and Tua's not. I don't disagree with all those things. And he wants to go home and play video games and hang out with his family. And Josh, it just his image in his city's different, and he's been better, and all those things, but. I mean, you're getting into now. You're saying like he doesn't want to win this game or something. Of course, they want to try to win.
Doesn't want to win. I'm just saying that's not the kind of talk. I think nobody wants to hear that.
I agree.
How do you go back into your locker room and look those guys in the eyes and say, hey, we're gonna go up there, we're gonna beat these guys?
Well, they're too busy all watching extra tape, so you would know that. Yeah, so that whole thing.
Sorry,
but it was like to take that much of a shot at yourself. He was accurate, but you don't have to, say it. Everybody's aware of the situation and the way things are and the way things ended in the last game. And, and then everybody's saying, well, Tua kind of threw Mike under the bus, and Mike kind of threw his coach and players under the bus. And I go, oh my God, this is all all this stuff is what happens when you lose. This is when you lose, and the national media is having a field day. They are just, they can't get enough sound bites from our coaches and our players and just go, man, this is great, because a lot of them thought we were going to be just the way we played in the first 2 games. And the only way it's going to stop is if they get a win. And I know what you're thinking. They got no shot to win this game. You're going, Buffalo would have to play down and turn the ball over so many times to have a chance to win. And by the way, I mean, can you stop the run? Can you put some pressure on Josh Allen when you do stop the run and you get him in some third down and long situations? And then on the other side of the ball, they've had great success with things they do. They're one of the original teams that figured this thing out with Mike's offense. They were one of the teams that kind of got this thing. All right, we got a good idea. We're not going to give up the big plays down the field. We'll keep it in front of us. And listen, they've obviously had our number and everybody else in the AFC. So this thing's went from Tom Brady right over to Josh Allen. Nice little handoff. Tom goes, here, Josh, take it. It's yours now. And it's looked like that for sure. Hey, I
can't get over those comments, man. I'm sorry. It's just painful to listen to. Hey, you know what? Here's an idea. How about the next time we're picking a quarterback? Why don't we get a guy that at least plays the game, right? Like that acts the part. I'm so tired of this whole, like, we go from Tannehill, who, doesn't, the guy never sees the light of day, to this guy who's like, I don't hear any of it. I just go home and play game night.
Yeah.
I just want a guy who plays the game a little bit, man. It's part of the deal. You're going to make $250 million to play quarterback and lead a team. It's part of the deal.
Right.
Maybe they could sit with your guy and do some kind of training or something. Or maybe it's just something you have in you. I don't know. But
hey, you
I just like I'm not trying to throw Marino into this, but I can't imagine him saying something like that.
This is still
such losery talk.
This is still Dan Marino's town.
Yeah, and that's embarrassing. That's sad. No, not a knock on him, but when was the last? Well, he's been out of the league, 20 years? More?
20 something, yes. Yeah.
How is it still his town? Like, come on, man.
I wish Tua would lean on Dan Marino more, but he doesn't. And
but that's on Tua. That's an indictment.
And Danny's not going to step on anybody's toes over there because, he's already, if he sees something and a guy's teaching it and Danny's did it for 20 years at the highest level and says, if he was to say, hey, that's not the way to do it, then you're showing up. So he's in a tough situation. So he's a class act over there and he doesn't say anything.
Well, maybe if you got a quarterback that wasn't the most mentally weak guy in the game, he could actually go over and have a real conversation with the guy.
I think the same thing went back with Ryan Tannehill. Like, hey, Ryan, 13's over there. Go ask him a question when you see him.
Imagine not using that guy as a resource.
He's seen it all.
Pathetic.
He's been hit by the biggest guy. He's seen it. He's had Bruce Smith over the top of him. Anyway. Hey, we've got more stuff to get to. Henry Crockett's going to join us, president of the Orange Bowl, former NFL linebacker, and also the Crockett brother. I used to love to say the Crockett brothers, man, from Ely High School. All right, we've got that. We're going to talk about the good news going on at the Orange Bowl. Paul Maurice going to join us as well coming up in the show, going for a three-peat. God, can you believe that? The Florida Panthers going for a three-peat. Got everybody back, got everybody signed. We'll talk to Coach about getting ready and what it might look like coming back for a third straight run at this thing. And by the way, 4th trip, potentially. They do it again this year. 4th trip to the finals. Just incredible what they've been able to do as well. Hey, something else going on, and very important. A lot of my brothers out there have gone through their hard times, man. It's happened to a lot of guys. You get in a mental funk. It affects you, whether it's a breakup or a shakeup in a relationship with somebody. to going through changes in your job and losing your job and just find yourself off the road there and you're having trouble getting back on the road again. Dr. Barry and his staff at Recovery Unplugged, man, they are special. Dr. Barry's been through it himself, very honest, very open about it, and can help you. Knows all about how to help you, man. And if you're looking for a little bit of a game changer right now to get back on the field, here's one for your mental health. Recovery Unplugged, behavioral health, has a beautiful mental health residential program in Fort Lauderdale. For 12 years, they've helped over 20,000 people heal with their expert clinical team and their innovative treatments like ketamine therapy for depression, anxiety, and trauma. If you or someone you love needs a winning strategy, something to help them and help them get going, somebody you really care about, call 954-737-4508. That's 954-737-4508. Or you can always visit recoveryunplugged.com, get more information. Everyone deserves a great season in life. Recovery Unplugged, heal out loud.
time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location, Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan, toyotaofhollywood.com.
All right, Woody, thank you so much. A special guest today. Boy, I'm going back. I'm a little embarrassed showing my age. Doing Henry Crockett's game, the Crockett brothers at Ely High School, now the president of the Orange Bowl committee, and on a big year for the Orange Bowl. We'll get into all of it. Henry joins us this morning. Henry, how you doing, man?
Good morning, Joe. How's everything going?
Man, I'm doing great. It was like yesterday, man. Of course, when you get to my age, it was like yesterday. Hey, Ely High School, Soul Bowl, Dillard, and Joe, you got to see these Crockett brothers. They're both damn good players. Well, I'll tell you what, those were fun times, man, watching the great teams. And Dillard, of course, obviously loaded back then as well. That had to be fun at the old Soul Bowl, and that thing really meant something.
I'm telling you, it was great. And it's funny you say that. I was on the phone with Jimbo Fisher yesterday and was inviting him because we're honoring him because we inducted him into the Hall of Fame at the Orange Bowl. And he talked about that game because he came down here from Auburn and took all those players from Dillard.
Right.
And we were just talking about the amount of talent that was on that field. It was amazing.
You know, old Coach Gray, God bless him. He was dishing them to Auburn, boy. They were getting all those guys. I go, hey, man, there's like 12 D1 guys, and 7 of them are going to Auburn. What the hell's going on back then, man?
Yeah, man.
Oh, that's funny.
Fisher.
Hey, so we got a lot of stuff to get to here. I think as I look at this is a big win, and I go back to the big boss over at the Orange Bowl. He was worried about this playoff system and how the Orange Bowl was going to fit in. I said, man, in the big picture, someday they're going to go to the playoffs. I think it's going to be great. And this is the year we hit the home run, looking at the 2 games, the quarterfinals and the championship game. What a great year for you guys at the Orange Bowl.
Yeah, it's a great year, and I think it's just a part of just catapulting us from last year. We had a great game with Penn State and Notre Dame, and to be able to come this year and have a quarterfinal and a national championship, and also have the opportunity to be the chairman of the Orange Bowl this year. It's a great year. And what better place to have a national championship with the sun? You know, it's one of the few stadiums that still have grass. So it's just an amazing place to be.
Hey, I got to ask you, because I know because you have played down here and been a big part of the success of our high school and youth football programs. Where's the next field going? I always love it. I think one of the things you guys do, and I hear, a lot of people don't care, but I do. But where's the next field? What are we thinking, Henry, on the next field? What are we working on?
So we're excited, man. Our Orange Bowl legacy gifts and partners with the CFP. Our next Orange Bowl gift is going to be right next to the Dolphin Stadium and the Walt Frazier Park. We had the Miami McGarvin Ravens play there. I was fortunate enough to be able to coach there too with the legendary coach Rod Mack, who played at University of Miami. He coached a lot of great players there. Jeremiah Smith, he played there. The kid down in Miami, JoJo and Chance.
Yeah,
Robertson, and all these great kids that came out of that school. The starting quarterback CJ for NC State, University of North Carolina Bullet, that started running back there. That park has.
Oh my God!
Well, even Dalvin Cook, that park has produced so many great players, and to be able to come there and refurbish that park, that's much needed. I mean, it's going to bring so much to the community. It's going to give the parents the opportunity to come out there and enjoy themselves in a safe environment. And then we also going to move down to the Kindles Boys and Girls Club. And that's going to be our second field that we do this year.
Oh man, that's great.
And we're looking forward to it. We spoke with Alex, the president of the Boys and Girls Club. Now he's ecstatic. But these gifts that we partner up with the county and shout out to Commissioner Oliver Gilbert, because he helped push this through. And
always been a big fan. Always been a big fan behind the stuff with the kids.
Bush Park, we also do a $600,000 STEM room, and we're excited about that because we understand that the world is going to STEM. Everything is going to be STEM and coding and all that. So we gotta make sure that the kids in those underserved areas have the opportunity to keep up and also be preparing for jobs that haven't been created yet. So Orange Bowl cares and our legacy gifts, man. I believe
Wow.
it's one of the most impactful things that we're doing at the Orange Bowl. Because everybody know about the game, but a lot of people don't realize the things that we do throughout the year. So that legacy gifts is one of it's at the top.
Hey, Henry, I think it's great, man. Not to mention the 2 games and potentially
Right.
who we could have from the school you went to. Florida State looks great. Miami. Find out more about them this Saturday night against the Gators before they play after a bye week against your Seminoles. I want to get in some things because you're kind of from the old school. We didn't have all the guys coming from Dade to Broward and Broward to Dade, and everybody kind of stayed back in the community back then. As a matter of fact, if you left, I think you'd agree, and you went somewhere else, some guys in the neighborhood would not be happy. That would be a problem.
Not be happy. You know, it was a really community. It was a community thing now. So I sit back and I see these kids transfer from school to school, transferring to school, doing school. You know, I saw the kid from Northwestern going to
American Heritage Plantation.
American Heritage, you know. And last year, the kid from that transferred down to the Penn State commit. He transferred down, was playing at Central, and middle of the year he transferred to Chaminade. Like, I've never seen anything like this in my life. Like, you know.
Well, I didn't know. I just I was talking to Larry Blue. So I said, Blue, when the new rule, like, no matter how bad things are, you can go, hey, our quarterback's hurt. We need one of those guys, and that guy's a good backup. We'd like to get him down in I know we're a private here, but we like to go down to Dade and get that public school kid. He was really good last year, and they're not playing him as much. So he's going to start this. I didn't even know you could do it. So it's a crazy world right now, man. And guys travel 20, 30 minutes to get to where they're going to school. Guys got no problem getting up in the morning. I don't know who's paying for that, but sometimes, you know, guys don't have cars, don't have money for all that stuff, but they're getting to school.
Yeah, but they find a way to mess with Teddy Bridgewater. There was somebody's putting that bill, getting these kids get from place to place. I just think it's just no accountability. Kids are growing up, and they don't have to. The minute they find some type of adversity, it's always a way out.
Right.
And then you move on to the NIL in college. You know,
same.
Every year is free agency. Like,
that's right.
I've never heard of it before. Even in the pros, you got a certain amount of time for your free agency. These kids are in free agency every year. Like, it's mind blowing. Like, I want to see them get that money, but I also want to see them endure some things that they got to fight through. And the first sign of pushback, you don't hit the door. You know, and I'm just concerned that, you know, like, just me, Joe, and myself, I've benefited so much from relationships that I built during college. And I'm just worried that these kids is not going to be able to build relationships, because when you make the decision, we was always taught it's not a 4-year decision when you decide what college you go to. It's a 40-year. But now it's a 6-month decision for these kids. Like, because they're hitting the road the minute they see some sign of resistance, and I don't know I don't think that's a good thing to be teaching our kids.
Yeah, we're going through. I know it's not going away, and I got to get used to it in high school, and now we're getting used to it in college. We've had a few years of it, but you're right, man. First time things don't go well, mom gets together with dad and son, and they go, "Oh, hell no, he didn't play enough this year. He playing more next year, and if not, he's gone." Well, you got to compete. No. Is he in, or is he out? Because we got a great offer out there in another Power 5 school. So it's a different time for sure. Hey, by the way, I got to ask you, did you go to school same time at Ely when Eddie Jones was playing basketball? You didn't.
Yeah.
You were there the same. Wow.
My brother Eddie Jones are best friends, and so I used to run behind those guys, and I played on the basketball team my sophomore year with Eddie. Eddie's just a great guy. He golfs every day. He's probably on the golf course right now.
Yeah, I think he belongs to Adios. I think he was out there at Adios, and I think he's working on. He got one focus right now. It's that golf game. There's no question. Yeah, that's funny.
He's warming up, or he's already golfing. So, like, right now, I guarantee. I tell him right now he's on the golf course.
Oh, the other thing, because I made a comment about, we got a guy from West Broward, and I'll get a call from somebody go, no, he's a Miami Gardens kid. He ain't a West Broward kid. So that's the new world we like. You grew up, and that Ely program up there, that youth football program, you grew up, that's considered at one point, I don't know if it still is, one of the best youth football programs in South Florida. Is it still strong up there?
Yeah, it's still strong. They still have a lot of good youth football. The only problem is it doesn't trickle into the high school.
No.
Because all the private schools, they come cherry pick the kids once they get to high school. After they finish playing their 8th year, they never stay local. And that's not even just the private schools too. It's some of the public schools too. But these kids, they don't stay. They don't stay, and they don't go to their neighborhood schools. And I credit, like, I remember a lot of the high school coaches don't even walk through the back gate. They'll come over there to the kids to put on a little football camp to try to funnel those kids to the local high school. They just assume that these kids gonna go there. I remember Coach Dubuck from Carter Gibbons. I looked around at the field a couple of years ago. He had his football players putting on a football camp right there on our park, Mitchell Moore Park, which is another park that Legacy Park that the Orange Bowl has done. I was fortunate enough to, be a part of bringing a legacy gift to my hometown field as well. But I saw the Carter Gibbons players put on a football camp there. So what happens is a lot of the kids go to Carter Gibbons.
Yeah.
So you have to invest in these parks. That's what I've learned. You have to invest in these parks. And I had a chance to. My son is at St. Thomas. He's a freshman, and I coached back at my retired Ravens. So that my son down there.
Hey Henry, you're breaking up on us here, bud. I can hardly hear you. Can you try it again?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Go ahead about your son's at St. Thomas. Yeah,
my son at St. Thomas, and I'm just happy to have him there because Roger Harris is a little old school. Like, there's no parents at practice.
Nope.
And he just
no.
You're gonna earn your keep. You're not gonna walk in the door and think that you're gonna just be the man. You have to work your way up. Everybody was a man when they came in and they did their time. You're gonna play JV a little bit. You'll play a little bit of varsity if you're good enough. But he gets kids to buy into, just listen, put the work in, in due time, your time will come. Like, a lot of the kids, even the kids on our Ravens team, like, they're looking to go to a place that they can go play right now.
Oh yeah, everybody wants a right now at every level. It's a right now thing, and if not, you got to think about them. Yeah, it's and then you got schools like you said, Roger does a great job over there, and he follows.
Great job, man.
So I went to watch my son practice one day. I was off at NBC, and George Smith was the head coach. I didn't know. My son had never said anything. I said, I'm gonna go out and watch him practice. So I get out there, and I see old George walking towards me, and says, "Hey, what are you doing?" I said, I'm off today from NBC. I came out and watch you guys practice. He goes, No, you need to leave. I cracked up. So then I found out, I'm talking to some of the other guys that I play with. It's kids. They go, oh yeah, we found the same thing. George said, no, you can't watch.
Nah,
and I get it, man. There's no reason for parents to be out there, and going, hey, where's my kid? And why is he not in there? And so that's something the way they do it. So
and you give a kid a chance to grow up too. Yeah. Like, he got to start making his own decisions. He got to start, you just hope that the work ethic that you've instilled in him, that he would carry that on and he would utilize those tools. But you got to be a man. I think that's a part of the growth. Yeah. And so I'm excited to have my son work on him. But, like, I know a lot of his teammates, they would not come to St. Thomas because they say, they don't play freshmen. So I'm like, listen, your kid is 13, 14 years old. Yeah. He's going against 18-year-old kids. Your body has to develop.
Yeah.
It's a process, that you have to go through. Like I said, listen, I don't care what the situation is. You can't cheat the process. And all these kids want instant success. They want, right now. I want to offer right now. Like, it just we're in the era where it's a bunch of microwave babies, and I think at the end of the day, what's for you is for you. Like, Joe, you only need 1 year.
By the way, I hear guys getting scholarship just playing in 7-on-7 like every week, and they're going, "Oh, I'm offering this kid just had a great 7-on-7." I go, 7-on-7. My man never got hit back there. How he's gonna make those kind of catches anyway? Hey, we can go on and on. Hey, Henry, man, first of all, it's great to have you as president of the Orange Bowl, and I'm really excited about the games and all the stuff you just shared with us, giving back what you guys are doing, and then just talking some old school South Florida football, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys. And don't forget, January 1st this year, we got a noon game at the Orange Bowl. It's gonna be a great time. We're excited for it. I'm just happy to be able to be at the front and lead them. And like I said, I get the opportunity to work along some of the greatest people in the world at the Orange Bowl, and it's all the things that we do in the community. So come on out, man, and come out and enjoy it. And 18 days later, we got the national championship.
Wow.
And we can't do it without the community. So hopefully the community come out. We'd love for you guys to come out and support. And we're going to have some amazing things for them to do throughout the whole week. So check us out.
Hey, Henry, and if people need tickets, I'm going to give out your personal phone number so that they can get Thank you, Henry. You know I'm messing with you, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Joe.
All right.
Thank you for the support throughout the years, sir. I really appreciate it, Joe.
No problem. Henry Crockett, president of the Orange Bowl, joining us this morning, former NFL linebacker out of Ely High School, the Crockett brothers. He and his brother Zach, man. All right. Hey, we got to go to break. We got a lot more stuff to get to. We're going to be flipping it over here in the 8 o'clock hour. Before you know it, after Hollywood's headlines, we'll be checking in later on with the coach of the Florida Panthers. Can you believe it, man? It's back. Didn't it just end? Didn't we just celebrate? Wasn't everybody over on the beach on A1A?
Yeah, that's what happens when you play late into the
every year
the season. Yeah,
I think they're about a point. They play next year. Remember, LeBron goes, "Hey man, hey LeBron, you tired?" He goes, "Yeah, every 4 years I play an extra regular season of basketball." That's what these guys are going through. Hey, hurricane season. I see it's the old noodles are starting to fly around a little bit, man, and you never know. It is hurricane season. Hey, you can protect your home with Loctite Impact windows, doors, and roofing. You got that old leaky roof and you're going, one more year, man. Let me just get through one more year. Let the weather gods take care of us and leave us alone one more year. Stop it. Replace your old roof now and pay later when you go with Loctite. Loctite Impact offers the highest quality roofing materials, a lifetime warranty, plus thousands of 5-star reviews. Save big on their legendary state-of-the-art Impact windows and doors. Impact windows as low as $3. Make that $6 per window per month installed. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit LoctiteImpact.com. Again, LoctiteImpact.com. You can call during working hours, 954-500-LOCK. They got a great staff that will answer all your questions. Get the process started. They cover all of South Florida. They'll do a great job for you. So protect your home with Loctite Impact windows, doors, and roofing.
And now, it's time for Hollywood's headlines. Without further ado, here's Hollywood.
All right, Woody, what do you have for us here today?
All right, real quick, just let people know that champion boxer Mike Tyson is bringing his Return of the Mike show to Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood this December. Stories and more from Iron Mike. We got a chance for you to win tickets. Just text the word IRON to 20357, and that's IRON to 20357. For more information, go to WQAM.com. This is a text contest. Message and data rates may apply. Don't text and drive. Tickets are also available for purchase at casino.hardrock.com/Hollywood/events. So there you go.
Sounds good, Woody.
To go see Mike Tyson.
Yeah, let's move on to part 2 here.
All right. Bill Belichick getting set for North Carolina's matchup with UCF this weekend. Might be
UCF's a little down this year, aren't they?
I'm not entirely sure. I don't really follow their program. But I will tell you that Bill Belichick had he spoke to the media, did his Tuesday press conference here.
Do your job.
Well, here's a little snippet. See, UCF likes to be called UCF. That's like their thing. They don't want to be called Central Florida or anything else.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so here you go.
Okay.
We'll just go through the preparations for Central, and it's another good football team. I know Scott does a good job down there, but we'll have to, gear up for what they do, and they've got a lot of skilled athletes. They get the ball in space a lot, and defensively they got some explosive guys we're gonna have to handle. So, we'll find out.
They just hit him with the
Central High School down in Miami. That's might as well have been talking about them.
So those UCF's favored by like 6.5 in that game.
Wow.
UNC got a couple wins though, man.
You saw the schedule. Come on.
Yeah, they weren't good teams, but they got a couple of wins nonetheless.
Got some wins.
Speaking of wins, Joe, did you happen to see how many people watched the Eagles and Chiefs?
No.
Almost 34 million viewers. That is the most watched game through the first 2 weeks of the season, obviously.
Yeah.
And the most watched week 2 NFL game in league history.
Wow. 34 million, huh?
33.8.
The big guys showing
Man,
flexing their muscles again, huh? Put that game together.
well,
A
obviously,
rematch.
So the Chiefs are still the most watched team in the NFL. Now, they are off to a bad start. It's their worst start since in 11 years here. So we'll see if that holds up. I'm guessing it still will. Although Travis Kelce pissed a lot of people off wearing that shirt. Apparently that thing has gone over very poorly.
Again, they've got other problems besides that T-shirt he's wearing.
Yeah, no, I know.
No, you bring up the T-shirt like, okay.
Just in general.
Just in general, like hold on the ball down in the end zone and not have
Oh,
it
yeah.
bounce out of your hands into
I suppose.
got picked. That might be a little bigger issue.
All right, we've done a lot of stories over the years about airplanes that have had to turn back, right, in the
Yeah.
middle of the flight because of the fight or whatever. This is a new one here. We had a cruise ship that had to return back to Miami after a brawl by the kids' pool. This is a new one here. A verbal dispute ensued between patrons, which became physical. Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office said in a statement, the captain of the ship decided to return to port and contact the authorities. Both individuals were transported to a local hospital for minor injuries. Both passengers involved declined to press charges.
But they got kicked off the cruise.
Yeah, but still, like,
what a bunch of dummies.
This should be a life sentence.
Like you're on a cruise.
Yeah.
Who could get you that mad? Somebody cut in front of you at the buffet and took a piece of pizza that you liked? Like what are we talking about here?
Well, if you go back to August, we had the brawl because of the chicken tenders at the buffet line. That was in August.
But it must have been awfully
it's rough
hungry
out there, bro. It's rough out there, man. People are I don't know what's getting into people these days, but
people
fighting at the kids' pool on the cruise ship, no good. No good.
Anxiety is all-time high right now.
I'd say, yeah.
Yeah, it's not good.
Fair.
A lot of people popping a lot of pills these days.
And Joe, if you are interested, the largest waterfront estate on Miami Beach has hit the market. They have chosen the price of $169 million. I don't know how they arrived at that number.
We got a place in South Florida worth $169 million.
That's the asking price.
They gonna drop it $10 million?
I don't know. I'm guessing they just came up with 169 because it's a funny number, and they were like, well, "What are we gonna have to price this stupid house at?"
How many people even go, let's go take a look at it? I'm in the market for this.
I'm guessing they have to, show proof of funds
You think?
before they go tour this.
Hey, I see you make $1 million a year, but you can't afford this place. You'll have to
Um,
leave.
So the house is it's a 9-bedroom mansion, 15 bathrooms. I don't know why you need double the bathrooms to bedrooms, but I don't know. That's just how these people roll, I guess. It's on North Bay Road in Miami Beach, also known as Billionaires Row.
Oh, well, there you have it.
To make sense.
How the hell many
17,000
billionaires do
square
we have
feet.
down here now?
Well, we're gonna have another one now. 17,000 square feet. They have an indoor racquetball court.
Oh, gotta have that. Go racquetball players.
Your neighbors, by the way, would be Shakira, Michael Bay, and the Beckhams.
Wow, I guess that's pretty strong
So
company down there in that neighborhood.
If you want to live next to Shakira, this is your shot.
I guess there is. We got talking about Star Island and Indian Creek yesterday that's got their share of billionaires.
Can you get a mortgage on a house like this? Like, is that
those people?
Do you put 10% or 20% down?
Those people
and
may
take a
just,
mortgage?
I don't know. Those people might just pay cash.
I'm kidding.
Might
I
just-
would assume, yeah.
We don't need the mortgage. 5% here. Take this. Yeah, wow, Woody. That's
That'd be a juicy mortgage, though, for whoever able to get that thing.
man, you're not
Imagine
kidding.
that.
No.
7% of that thing.
100, did you say 169 million?
Yeah. You probably make him an offer, though. Right? Maybe they're flexible. Motivated seller.
No, that's a expensive one. All right. Hey, Woody, we got 8:00 hour coming up here. Paul Maurice, Florida Panthers head coach, going to join us at 8:20 this morning. We'll talk to him. Back to work, man. It's time to go back to work. We haven't talked to Coach, man. We didn't get to talk to him after the parade last year. He was the MVP of the parade 2 years ago. He was outstanding, but I think one of his players took it and took the prize. We'll talk to him about all that stuff coming up here in the 8:00 hour. We got a lot more stuff to get to. Brian Baldinger is going to join us as well this morning. We'll talk to him about the Miami Dolphins, Thursday night football, and everything else. But first, we go to Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. Yeah, man, they're going, hey, we want to let everybody know, man, the fixed rate's in the 5s right now. If you've been self-employed and been declined by the banks, we got a great program for you. I mean, he was going through all these great programs that he has put together to help people, first-time home buyers, just getting you pre-approved and just getting you back in the game so you have a chance. How many times you go out and you're losing out because you are a first-time home buyer? He gets you qualified and the whole deal, it's done, and you are ready to roll. Not only that, but he's got a great program for seniors right now. You pay that home. You know how seniors are. I'm one of those people. You pay your home off, and all of a sudden you go, man, I could use some of that equity in the house. Well, you can convert your home equity into money. And Michael Kotze can do it super fast for you. You've been declined by the banks. I'm telling you, Michael Kotze can get it done for you. Got a lot of great programs out there. Hey, I want to let you know, if you're going through it right now, would like to deal with Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage and his 30 years of experience. The man has no life. He's always working. Call or text him, 561-441-27. Get the process started, 2730. That's 561-441-2730. MLS 166254. Rates and terms subject to change daily without notice. He's an equal housing lender.
update is brought to you by Doral Hyundai, home of the price seats are our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Hyundai, DoralHyundai.com. Starting with the Panthers, we'll host their media day today in Sunrise. Tobin and Leroy will be broadcasting live. The Cats will open up the preseason with a split squad game in Nashville on the 21st. Over to the Marlins to beat the Rockies 6-5. Game 2 of the 3-game series is tonight with the first pitch at 8:40 from Coors Field. And Inter Miami, who took down Seattle by a final of 3-1. Next up, Miami hosts DC on Saturday. The Joe Rose Show continues now.
15 minutes of Game Day Uncensored is brought to you by the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Get offers on select models now through September 2nd. Learn more at Lexus.com.
Dude, he's top tier. If it's not with his arm, it's with his legs. That dude can do literally anything he wants. So definitely different skill set for me. I can't do half of what he does when it comes to running the ball and any of that. And then with how he can just chuck a ball down the field, with how far and the arm strength that he has, he's supreme when it comes to that. So it's going to be fun. Get to see him, get to play him again, and we'll see.
All right, welcome back. That first part, if we could have just playing against Josh and kind of, he's a really good player. Stop it right there. Stop. Really good player, one of the best in the game. Stop right there. You didn't need to go into the other stuff. I mean, it is for us to talk about, and it's true. I mean, it's true. But
of course it's true.
But
you
you
want to hear it.
Don't want to hear
him.
Don't want to hear from your franchise quarterback. No. And anyway,
that was very disappointing, man. Out of all the stuff that's gone down, that one was.
We say that every day with something that somebody says.
I know,
you say that all the time.
That one was especially disappointing, man. That one was weak. That was so weak. How do you go look your receivers in the eye after that? And hey, we're gonna go up there. We're gonna beat these guys. I know.
So
you know what? Anything that guy does.
So you know what? So Jalen and Tyreek go. We already knew all that stuff you said, man. You have to tell us. We get it. We've seen it up close too. We've seen him run and throw it with 50-mile-an-hour winds and snowing. 65 yards in the air. We've seen it. We've seen it.
Right.
Anyway,
they're still going to play the game, though, right?
They are going to still play the game, and everybody's saying the right things and want to play on a short week. So let's go. Hey, they got to win, and they are big underdogs in this game. 11.5 point spread right now, and there's a lot of things. They when it comes to the old stat sheet, they're number 1 offense. I think number 2 running the ball. They're tops in everything on both sides of football. You just go across the board. And by the way, not necessarily individual numbers. It's when you look at their receivers, they got 4 or 5 guys that all close, but nobody's towards the top. He kind of spreads it out to everybody. Their running back's probably the most underrated. I said this last year. I think you agree, Woody. One of the most underrated running backs in football. James Cook is really good.
He is really good. He finally got paid, right?
He got some money.
From camp, held in, right? Held in.
Well, he stayed out there, and I think they realized how important he is. And by the way, they basically just signed back their team from last year. They've added a few pieces, but they have one thing that 90% of the teams haven't been able to do. First of all, find an offensive line. Second of all, find an offensive line that plays together and never gets hurt.
That's true. That's half the battle, right?
They line up with the same 5 guys, pay their 2 tackles, good money. Dawkins is considered to be one of the better left tackles in football. And they go from there. I know I hear this and it's true. How many star players they really have outside of their quarterback? And I go, well, you think about it, you step back and you just come back, they got a lot of really good players. They have a lot of really good players that play together know how to win, expect to win, and that's what this team has got to figure out. Because you're 0-2. You've been getting bashed all offseason by the national media, the local media also. You're saying things, sometimes we sit here and talk about guys not playing well, and they're still playing. And so, hey, there's only one thing you can do, man. You got to go out and you got to play better. And by the way, when the players play bad, it makes coaches look bad too. I mean, it really is a team deal. Not teammates, but coaches, they're teaching something, and if the guys aren't doing it and they're getting beat. And then the third part of this is, if it keeps happening, then somebody's going to say, we're just not that good. We just don't have that good of players. And so that's the other problem you could have here too. Although you're playing a lot of young guys, one thing I agree with 100%, let the young guys play. I want to see all the draft picks playing. I agree. When I heard that, I was like, let them play. Dante Trader, Jason Marshall, Jordan Phillips, Kenneth Grant, Savaianaya. Wish our running back would get a couple more carries. Like to see the running game. Actually,
what's up with that, by the way?
That is, well, they're going to say we're so far behind in these games that we have to get out of our game plan. So that is partially true. It is partially true.
That far behind that last game.
No, they were down 12-0 right off the bat.
Yeah, but they were in that game most of the way.
But it is interesting. They go, well, they said it for a second straight week. We really wanted to get our second running back more carries, and we just weren't able to. And he still doesn't know enough. And I was like, he knows enough to run basic running plays. So,
what are we doing at camp? Where these guys, nobody seems to know what's going on. That seems to be a theme of this team. The receivers don't know what's going on. The running.
Well, they said they took care of that. They came back. Remember the next day they go, we got to take care of.
Oh, sure.
Whatever it was that you saw in that last couple minutes, it's fixed.
They fixed it in one day.
Well, they're
good to know at least.
I just want to let you know that you are going on the road, and you better have everything offensively that you want to do, and it is one loud, crazy ass fan base they have in Buffalo. And the fact they've won so much, it's just gotten crazier. And
the good news is going to be 70 degrees and clear. So
is it 70? I think it is like a high of 70.
In like the high 60s.
Yeah.
Late night. So
sounds good.
That's
good to jump in
football weather, right? That's not considered a cold weather game.
No, you want to play Buffalo
in the 70s
in September. Yes.
Yeah.
This is a good time.
No weather excuse.
There's no excuses no matter what. Everybody's got to play in the same thing. Somebody go, the turf we couldn't make a cut. And it's the same for them. Well, it's the same for them. Whatever. It's the same for them. So it's a no excuse game, man. I can tell you, I think everybody's just kind of sitting back on this third game with the disappointment and saying, okay, show us, because we think you're going to get hammered in this game. So show us. Show us you have more talent. Show us you're a lot better. Don't tell us about your confidence at practice every day. We don't need to hear that, or us against the world. All that stuff sounds great. Show us you can play tomorrow at kickoff. Get off to a good start. Don't be down 12-0 or 20-0. Get off to a good start. Take the ball offensively first drive and march it down the field. Get the crowd. I got to tell you, they get off to a good start. Throw a couple of cold ones in those fans from before the pregame. That could be.
You never get out there that thing?
No, but I have seen guys jump. So I got to tell you, usually our buses always get hit. They're getting hit with stuff. People throw stuff. Yeah, it's.
They still do that?
Yeah, they still do it. And everybody flips you off, which I'm not offended if a fan ever flips you off. We laugh and we have a good chuckle on the last
the throwing
bus.
Stuff is a little
the harmless bus. But I did catch, finally, it's funny you said that. I don't know if it was 2 years ago or 3 years ago. I caught one of those guys when you're going through. You got to go through there to get there to the stadium. You got to go through, and you get to see a lot of the crazy-ass fans. And they come running out. They see the buses with the escorts, and so they start flipping you off and letting you have it. And I was all I was doing is like, because they're chugging beers and they're having a blast, but their thing is to jump off like cars and stuff onto tables.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we've seen it.
And it's usually a big fella doing it, a big
You
fella
gotta be big enough to break the table.
the belly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've always thought, I mean, if we tried it, break your back. I mean, it would just not turn out good for me. It'd be bad for me.
Probably not.
And I saw a guy do it. And so right after, everybody ran to him to help him get up, because they kind of support and they're cheering for him to do it. So I got to see one of them. And I mean, the guy went right through the table.
Yeah.
He went right down. I don't know if they like to hit it and it kind of slowly cracks so you hit the ground. And I'm sure the guy didn't feel it because he'd been drinking probably for 2 hours when he.
Yeah, I was just saying, you probably felt that in the morning.
But I don't know if the same guys do it every week. Like, Johnny's with us he got a ticket for this game, and he's had 7 beers.
Well, there's got to be a way to do it, right? I mean, wrestlers do it.
Yes.
It's a big move in the WWE.
I don't know, but they get after it. They flip us off more than anybody, by the way. They're by themselves.
Throw at you guys?
Jets are number 2.
What is it that they're throwing at the bus? Just like food and stuff?
They just throw stuff.
You ever get hit with anything?
Oh, I mean, the
when
buses
they're outside
get hit.
the bus?
No. You can't touch players. Are you kidding me? We are in security of security. We're safer than the president when we get inside that thing. The NFL doesn't mess around. No.
Well, they had the incident with Lamar.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that won't happen again.
Well, we haven't had a spitting incident in about a week, too, so we're due.
Hopefully we won't. Hey, by the way, what are we doing, man? We've got coach for the Panthers coming up here. We got a lot more stuff to get to here this morning. Can't wait to talk to Paul Maurice. He's going to join us. We'll got plenty to talk about this morning. They get ready to start going for a 3-peat. How about that? Talking about trying to get a first win in Buffalo and then coming back with the head coach to talk about making a run at a 3-peat. My God, I never thought we'd be talking about that. Atlantic Men's Clinic, I know we talk about that. ED and low T is nothing to mess with. And I want to let you know, brothers, doesn't matter what color you are. Don't think because you're in real good shape or you're 50 pounds overweight. It happens to every guy. Low T kicks in. Every guy's going to deal with low T, and usually following low T is ED. And when it hits, and by the way, happens to guys in their early 40s. Half the men in their 50s have ED. And you know what that means? That means your sex drive is gone. It's got to the point it's embarrassing. Used to work, something you used to really enjoy, that beautiful lady of yours, and now ain't nothing happening except I'm sorry once again. If you're getting tired of that and it's starting to mess with you a little bit, and you want to just get more out of life, have more energy to work out and feel great to go to games and work out and walk and play tennis and all the things that you like to do and still be able to chase that little lady around a little bit, Atlantic Men's Clinic will knock out ED and low T, and it will be gone. 14 months on the program, unbelievable results, 7 locations in South Florida to serve you. Go get the T, the PSA test, meet with their professional staff, and they'll put you on a program and get you going if that's what you want. 7 locations in South Florida to serve you, a brand new one in Hollywood. Call them today. The most important appointment's that first one, 877-455-7300, or visit AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. Tell them Joe Rose said to give them a call and tell them it works, man.
Verhaeghe gives to Reinhardt. And the puck poked away. Now Barkov to Verhaeghe. Now Barkov right side. Reinhardt to the open net. He scores! It's a hat trick here in Game 6 for Sam Reinhardt. He cashes in on the empty net. 4-0 Panthers with 6:34 to play in the third.
It is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com.
All right, Woody, thank you so much, man. This is a special one for us. No question about it. Paul Maurice, Florida Panthers head coach, joins us. Coach, we haven't talked to you since the parade, man, and everything else. Congratulations, man, coming back as a champion again, back-to-back champs, 3 straight trips to the finals. Unbelievable.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's been a while for sure, but it's good to be back. I think everybody's excited to get going.
Hey, so I got to ask, I got to go back before I go forward. So we were all, you know how we on radio, we're always got your topics and like, okay, we got 3 guys that are all played great in the playoffs. What the hell's going to happen? There's no way Bill Zito's going to be able to get all 3 of them, Bennett, Ekblad, and Marchand, and he friggin' gets it done. Were you even, you knew the money situation and stuff. You knew they could make a little more in the open market. Did you think we might get 2 out of 3? What were you thinking?
Yeah. Well, I had 3 ideas in my head, and the one is each one of these guys can hit a home run. Each one of these guys, I mean, just Eric Ekblad, 6'5" right-hand defenseman and quality player. So that is coveted around this league. Sam Bennett's Conn Smythe winner and Marchand at 20 points. So all of them can go out into the free agency market and absolutely hit a home run. The other 2 thoughts were,
hey, Coach, I'm sorry, Coach. I got to interrupt you. We're having trouble with your phone. I know this is great. I really wanted to hear this. We're having a little trouble. Can you try me again there?
I'll call you right back.
Call me right back. That'd be good. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're breaking up and getting ready to get into the 3 guys. And I definitely wanted to hear what he had to say about that. So we're going to try the head coach again here, having a little trouble with the phone, which happens, man. That's part of the deal. The old phone at home and phone here and everything else. So, yeah, they're getting ready to go back to practice. All right, Coach, I got you again. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry about that.
How are we doing? How's this now?
Sounds good. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, you know what, Joe? I think I need a new phone. I think it's just, I'm one of those guys that still got a rotary dial on it. That's how old this thing is. So I may go. It might be today.
Okay.
But you know what? You'd asked the question about those 3 guys, and we all knew after the season, because of their performance, not just in the playoffs, but clearly Sam Bennett wins the Conn Smythe Award, that all 3 of these guys are so coveted in style of play alone. Right? They're all hard men. They all compete at such a high level. But there were 2 things that I was holding on to, and the one is how they fit in the room, and it's not just the players, it's their families. The connection between the wives, the families that are here every day. Players don't want to leave here. So if there's a chance for them to stay, they want to stay because it's just Bill Zito has created this incredible group of guys. And then the last faith is in Bill. I mean, there's been probably 5 or 6 times in my own head, he said, when Bill said, I think I can make this happen, my thoughts are, I'm not sure you can make that happen.
Right.
And it goes back to Matthew Tkachuk, right? He tells me, I think I can trade for Matthew Tkachuk, and I'm thinking there's no chance. So over the years now, I've got a little more hope every time Bill says that, we're working on it. So I've got a lot of faith in what he does, but to bring them back, style of play alone, right? They're all hard. They play hard. They compete hard. It's not just a skill-based game. If you lose those guys, you can't replace them. That's why they would be so coveted. And to their credit, and certainly they'll all tell you they get paid very, very well. They all left money on the table to play for the Florida Panthers. And that now is a theme here where we've got 7 or 8 guys. The most recent players that are up for contract have all left money on the table to stay.
Wow. Yeah. No, you heard Toronto, some of these places were offering big money to get some of those guys and their leadership and all that stuff. So it was crazy. I got to ask you, camp getting ready to open up. You went pretty hard last year. Now, all of a sudden, the last 3 years through the playoffs, you realize you've played an extra season of hockey. Get treated any differently this year coming back?
Well, we do have a change in logistics the heart is going to be there, and it has to be, and they want it. So the difference for us will be is we're going to give our veteran guys an extra week of training. When the training camp starts and I take the big fellas out for day one, their individual training stops because they physically just can't do what we do on the ice and then continue to condition. So we found a block of time to allow them to train, but it's going to be every bit as hard as it's ever been. And most of that now, Joe, is driven by them, right? We've run the exact same drills for the first 5 days for 3 straight years. We can measure how hard they work. And each year they've worked harder. And that's them. That's their internal drive.
Matthew Tkachuk's going to be out for a while. I know had the surgery.
Yeah.
How long do you expect him to be out, Coach? Just what doctors have told you?
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be short term. And really, Joe, we won't know the answer to that for about another 4 weeks. He's just come out of the surgery. He's healing now. In about 4 weeks, we'll take a look at him. It's not going to be short term. I want to be careful about putting a date and time on it because we don't know the answer to that. We certainly expect him, I don't know, maybe mid-season, something like that.
Okay. And, Coach, I hate to bring you into this, but everybody now in sports talks culture. Got to have a good culture, locker room, leadership, chemistry. And you have figured this thing out. I spent way too much time about culture here with football and everything else. So you've seen what it looks like at its best with your guys. And obviously you got to have a lot of really good players. Let's not forget that part. What's this culture thing? Just tell me for you. I mean, you live it every day. Help me out what the culture thing is for the Panthers. What's that mean?
The most important thing that we do is how we treat each other. That's the culture of our team. And then you can just expand it out from there, how we treat the people around us, the support staff, how we treat our fans, how we treat the people we come in contact, how we treat the game, the respect for the game. And the driver of that then goes back to how do you treat your teammate. So this isn't just, high-fiving each other in the morning. Is will you train as hard as you need to train to be as good as you can be because your teammate is also doing that.
Yeah,
that's the trust that gets built. The trust that gets built by everybody investing all they have to invest. And we've got a spectrum of talent in our room, and everybody understands that. And that's why Sasha Barkov makes way more money than the 13th forward. But in terms of the investment each man makes, they can all be equal.
Yeah,
they can all be the same man. And when you have that culture of trust that we're all going to treat each other a certain way, and we do that by handling our day. That's what we talk about every day is we deal with today as hard as we can, as best as we can. And then when you can get that, Joe, I think the byproduct is actually fun. Once everybody's pushed as hard as they can, once they've supported, competed, done all the things that we expect from each other in the room, we've done our best, I guess is one way of saying it.
Yeah.
Then you can have fun. You can laugh, you can joke, you can enjoy each other because there's nothing else to do. So you lose a game, but you've given your best. You try to fix the things, you try to grow, you try to get better, but we all understand that what we do, the most important thing we do is how we treat each other.
Yeah, that's amazing. All goes back to, I got to ask you, Coach, I've never asked you this before all the time that we've been talking. Do you have a lot of rules for those guys, even though you can tell those guys don't need a lot, but do you have set?
Well, that's a great question. So I would say off the ice, we do not. For the most part, so there's 2 sets of rules, right? There's league rules that we have to follow. Everybody has to abide by those. Instead of calling them rules, we say there's things that we've agreed upon here that we're going to do, and then we just do them. And we just, I don't chase guys around. I don't have anybody late for a meeting. It just doesn't happen. And when it does, it's usually pretty funny because we make fun of the guy, and because it's not going to happen again, right?
Yeah.
You can enjoy some of the aberrations and strange things that happen during a year. Guy gets a flat tire, guy gets pulled over, whatever it is, and he's rolling into the meeting late. I'm not finding him because it just doesn't happen here. So there's a bunch of things that we've agreed upon. But we do have things on the ice that we demand. And we've got 4 or 5 things in the game that we expect to happen every single time, regardless of who you are. And those things would be hard on.
Yeah.
But and that's the kind of, nobody's fighting on those rules. We don't have a player here that wants to play outside the team game. And that's the leadership in the room. So if Barkov is going to do it, everybody else is going to do it, right?
Yeah.
If Ekblad and all of the guys. I mean, I don't want to single out just the one of them because they're all leaders.
Right.
If if your best player is going to adhere to the game plan, there isn't another player underneath that has the right not to.
Yeah. No question about that. I agree. So I got to ask you this one too, because it pops up all the time and I don't know. So you and Bill Zito, as hot as anybody, is the head coach and general manager in professional sports right now. Decisions on players. Do you ever have moments where you go, I really like this guy, and he says, I don't, I like this guy more? Do those conversations take place?
Like in terms of in our room or players around the league?
Players around the league or guys you might want to, you're thinking about trading or bringing in?
Yeah, I would say that I would give input to Bill. We have a certain style of play in Florida. So the first question is, do we think this player can adhere to our style of play? And then I would leave it, because what he is brilliant at is finding people that are different. Like the difference between, Carter Verhaeghe and Sam Reinhart, let's say, they're completely different players. But Bill has an incredible knack of finding these guys that are kind of the right kind of people to fit into our room and into our style of game. So my job is to work with what we have. And based on the last 3 years, I don't step into that. I give the pro scouts and I give Bill Zito input and input only. And whatever decisions they make have been right, I support them completely.
Yeah. No, you got a hot GM right now. There's no question. So
I mean, at the end of the day, there's two great stories here, and the one is the players here, and the second is how they got here, and that's Bill Zito and his entire staff. That group that he has, finding these guys that would fit us that don't fit somewhere else quite as well. He's been absolutely brilliant at it.
Yeah. So 2 years ago, you were my parade MVP. I want to let you know that speech. I laughed. I had about 18 beers by that point myself, and I didn't go right home. I drank way too much. Last year, though, I think we got to give it to Sam Bennett this past year.
A lot of people they don't like the way we play. They don't like. They call us dirty. They call us nasty. They call us bullies. So no, I would like to take this time to apologize to absolutely no one. We're the double champs. We do what the we want. Let's go.
Oh, that's the enthusiasm of the win. Yeah, what, and that's, there you go. That's why we were so happy to get him signed. Yeah. Those are the only 10 words Sam said all year, by the way. It was his entire volume of words. He's such an incredible competitor, and what a wonderful guy. He just fits here. And I don't know how it would be walking into the room this year without him in the locker room. It just wouldn't be right. So we're very, very fortunate to have him back.
Boy, the more you see him, his toughness and everything, and he just takes it, and guys are taking shots, and media in Canada just kill him for as good as he is for the team up there. And he got his moment. Got a couple cold ones in him, Coach, and he was just absolutely beautiful. Well, we can't wait. We can't wait to get you back to Jerry's house at Amaranth Bank there. Really appreciate you coming on, Coach, spending time with us.
Anytime.
Really appreciate it, man. We got to do this a lot this year. Thank you.
And thank you very much for all your support, even when it was a little greasy there 3 years ago. We really appreciate you sticking with our team. Thank you very much.
All right, Coach. You're absolutely the best. Paul Maurice, Florida Panthers head coach. Wow. That was a good laugh. Hey, Woody, I can't get that. Just never gets old, that Sam Bennett thing. That was just the way to drop the mic right there, man. There was nothing else. Hey, we got a lot more to get to. Brian Baldinger is going to join us coming up at 9:00. Baldy's got a lot to say, and we still got a lot here on the show. By the way, we got a little game Saturday night at Hard Rock Stadium. Kind of a big deal. Hurricanes try to win another game against the Gators.
It's a state tournament, man.
How good is
Florida
this?
State's on
Florida
deck.
State's on deck. Then Florida State at the end of the year in Florida.
Semifinals, right? And then you got the state championship.
I am so glad they're back on the schedule. I am. And I think Florida Gator fans would agree, whether your team, you want to have it.
Yeah. But I think all the relevant Florida teams should play one another in the beginning of the season, right? Isn't it fun?
Yes.
To have this whole, slate of games. Much rather this than I'm playing some random whatever.
I got to tell you, man, I like this schedule. And by the way, it worked on time where Mario was really comfortable. Like, this is the best team I have. He told us. I know I lost the first overall pick, but this is the best overall team I've ever had around everywhere. Deepest, the whole thing. And so here we go, man. Another test coming up Saturday night.
Still haven't seen any team out there, Joe.
I know.
That I think is better than.
So I got to tell you,
so
you said that, and just watch. I got Oregon up there. I think Oregon looks pretty good. Do you agree?
Yeah. I'm not saying there's no other good teams. I'm just saying I think Miami, you could very well very much make the case that they have been the best team in college football.
No,
they have 2 really good wins.
They do. Last kick.
Everything is South Florida, but
so
so
to me, this team has. I know this can upset you. Don't let it upset you. I think Gators got a lot of talent. I don't think they're playing great, but I think they have a lot of talent on this team.
Okay. You also think the Dolphins are going to win Thursday, so whatever.
I didn't say that. No, see, that's you being a jackass. I never said that. I never once said that, and you just throw it in
hype
there.
up the Gators. I don't want to hear it. You sound like Jamie over here.
You haven't been here long enough to even take shots seriously at the Gators. You're still a youngster, seriously. Hey, I got to tell you, man, it's truck month at your South Florida Chevy dealers. Man, I want to let you know that if you're looking for a new, strong truck, you might as well go check out your South Florida Chevy dealers. 14 dealerships throughout South Florida. We got some great offers going on for trucks right now for us. You got to stop by. You've got one close to where you live, where you work. The durable Colorado with its standard turbo max engine and impressive torque. Boy, it's got everything you need to really enjoy South Florida. How about a Silverado 1500? Always ready, steady, and strong, delivering all the power, everything you need for the workday workhorse and the weekend warrior, the combination right over to Silverado HD, legendary horsepower, and one of the hardest working beds in the business. Listen, we got a truck for you that's perfect for your lifestyle, but I really want to talk to the men. This is how you make a living. That truck is a big part of how you make a living, and you don't just work Monday through Friday. You work Saturday and Sunday. You need a truck that can work the way you truck. Going to put in the time, it doesn't break down, that can go like you do. Well, listen, we got a truck absolutely perfect for you. Check it out. Stop by, whether it's midsize, full size, or heavy duty truck. We got it. Chevy pickups. I'm telling you, man, they are fantastic. See your South Florida Chevy dealers today for outstanding offers going on right now. Hey, welcome back, and good morning, everybody. We're watching them starting to promote Thursday night football game. Josh Allen got a broken nose from running the other day. You can tell those eyes are a little swollen from if anybody's had a broken nose. And how much is Tua Tagovailoa to blame for Dolphins' struggles is the topic right now. Sacked 8 times this season, third most in it. I know, man. Every number you throw out there is just another bad number.
Honestly, it's not fair because he's not half of what Josh Allen is by his own admission. So it's really not fair to blame him.
I know, Woody.
You know?
I know. I heard it, man.
And then during the break, we're seeing Justin Herbert is in the MVP conversation.
Saw the thing, and yeah.
Chargers look good, man.
They do look good. I didn't know if he had enough weapons to have success, but they
seems like he can reach. This guy was like running, down the field there. He seemed like he could reach. Hit him in stride.
He can also run, not as well as Josh Allen, but Herbert can run, and
he'll run guys over a little bit.
And I got to tell you, I'm not so sure Herbert's arm's that far away from Josh Allen's arm. I never say Josh Allen, but if we're having the make all the throws party, Herbert's another one that can do it. But listen, hasn't had the success so far of what we're talking about here with this stuff. Yeah, so Tua came out and paid, everybody, and Josh Allen did the same thing and complimented, the Dolphins and their pass rush, and they got a good team, and we know what we're in for, and so Tua did it too, but he took it to the next level and talked about he's a great runner. Josh Allen's a great runner, and his friggin' arm, and I'm half of that, and so he took it. He took the compliment to the next level, and hey, listen, if you just win some games, that wouldn't bother anybody if talking about, you were playing better and everybody was playing better. And honestly, if this thing's going to work, before we talk about anything else and stopping the run and everything, we need Tua to play a lot better than he's played. Even last week was not good enough. Was not good enough at the end of the game. He's got to play better. He still missed some throws. And I know you're going, if you like to, you're going, you need to leave him out. He was fine and threw for over 300 yards and a high percentage of completions. He needs to play better. He needs, considering everything, he's still got the weapons. Every week we go into these games and I hear everybody go, man, that Achane, Waddle, and Tyreek Hill. And I'm talking about Achane, the running back that can catch the ball out of the backfield, that got isolated one-on-one with a middle linebacker and ran in for a touchdown. They got weapons. They're not empty. Malik Washington, 74-yard touchdown. He's going to be a bigger part of this. You have right now, for me, 4 targets you can throw to and should have a mismatch somewhere if you're going to throw the ball. Now, I still think you need to run it. I don't want to sit here and tell you we need to throw it 50 times and run it 12 if we run 62 plays. But you still got some weapons. Now, how's your O-line going to hold up? How's your defensive line going to hold up, not only in pass rushing, but to stop the run? And so far, those numbers that I'm looking at right now have we got the offense and defense way, way too many numbers in the late 20s. And besides the fact you're 0-2. So all important stuff. We've got a lot more stuff. We got Baldy coming up. We'll talk to Baldy about all this stuff coming up here in, excuse me, just a few. Boy, I'll tell you what, I yapped a lot last night at this function. I can tell with my voice, it's just about shot. But right now, I want to tell you about my friends at Around-the-Clock Air Conditioning and Plumbing, trained and certified technicians, 135 trucks on the road, 7 days a week. Boy, I'll tell you what, a licensed, experienced plumber, 7 days a week, any kind of plumbing problems inside and out. But let's get to the other part, the air conditioning units and water heaters. And we got a warehouse full of them. So when you need one, you order it, you're ordering it right here. I mean, we're thinking same-day delivery or next-day delivery for you. That's the goal every day. That's part of the great service you're going to get at Around-the-Clock Air Conditioning and Plumbing and the 37 years they've been in business, taking care of a lot of folks down here. Same-day installation, financing plans to help you out, and still family-owned and operated with Eric and then all the other guys, Mike and Chippy and all the rest of them. Hey, you have an air conditioning problem or a plumbing problem and not sure? I know you got a lot of choices. Go to Around the Clock Air Conditioning and Plumbing. They'll take good care of you over there. You've seen the billboards with that pretty little lady I've known for a long time. 1-888-349-6922. Tell them Joe Rose said to give them a call at Around the Clock Air Conditioning and Plumbing.
Update is brought to you by Doral Hyundai, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Hyundai or DoralHyundai.com. Starting with the Panthers, who will host their media day today in Sunrise. Tobin and Leroy will be broadcasting live from Amerant Bank Arena. Cats will open up the preseason with a split squad game in Nashville on the 21st. Over to the Marlins, who beat the Rockies 6-5. Game 2 of the 3-game series is tonight with the first pitch at 8:40 from Coors Field. And Inter Miami, who took down Seattle by a final of 3-1. Next up, Miami hosts DC on Saturday. The Joe Rose Show continues now. And it is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood Hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com, where we are joined by Odyssey NFL insider Brian Baldinger, host of the Best Football Show podcast. Insider calls are brought to you by Nationwide. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
All right, let's bring him in, and thank you, Woody. Brian Baldinger joins us this morning. Baldy, how you doing, man?
Yo, I'm doing good, buddy. It's good to hear your voice, man. Good to be with you.
Thank you. Well, I got a little surprise. It's got everybody fired up, and this is what happens when you're 0-2. Here's Tua from yesterday talking about Josh Allen. I want you to hear this.
Dude, he's top tier. If it's not with his arm, it's with his legs. That dude can do literally anything he wants. So definitely different skill set for me. I can't do half of what he does when it comes to running the ball and any of that. And then with how he can just chuck a ball down the field, with how far and the arm strength that he has, he's supreme when it comes to that. So it's going to be fun. Get to see him, get to play him again, and we'll see.
Baldy, he go a little too far on the compliment of Josh Allen a little bit, or?
Well, they have owned the division, and he is the best player in the division. He is the reigning MVP. That's usually what MVPs do. What Tua is explaining right there. So, I mean, he doesn't really need to do that, but he's just being honest. Honestly, of what we all watch, week in and week out. Anybody watch what he did to the Jets last Sunday, you probably say the same thing.
So, help me out with this 0-2. First of all, the right tackle and right guard are out already. So Keon Smith and Larry Borum are playing. Then the problem stopping the run on the other side. It's just been a little bit of everything so far, and a disappointing loss again last week to New England. What's your take overall on what you've seen from the team?
Well, Joe, I mean, the Dolphins, they run 3 plays and they're down 12-0. New England went right down the field. I mean, they can't execute any better. They made it look pretty easy. You got a rookie left tackle, rookie left guard. It didn't make any difference against all those guys they pay a whole lot of money to. You'd think, whether it's, Chubb or Sealer or, all the guys that, been around, they didn't affect Drake May at all. So that was disappointing. But they did get back into the game. They did take the lead. I mean, that's a credit, but I mean, were they really ready to play, against the Patriots? I mean, that's kind of what you have to ask yourself. But, the holding, the penalties on the offense line on Brewer, they're a team right now that's having a hard time getting out of a hole. And so, that didn't help them at all. And I thought, the touchdown to Matt Collins, could they make it any easier? No. Right now they're struggling so bad, in the passing game, both weeks. Daniel Jones and Drake May, they look like Daniel. They look like Marino out there right now.
Well, we've seen it up close, and I don't know which side of the ball has struggled the most to this point. But you're right. There's a lot of bad numbers. So, moving on here a little bit, Tom Brady. I am shocked by this, and I happen to be a huge Tom Brady fan. 5% owner of the Raiders, sits in the coach's box, didn't hide it, watching the Chargers involved. I guess they say now he's involved with the offensive coordinator. Talks to him a lot, is really involved, and he's doing games for Fox. And I just don't see how the NFL doesn't think this is just a small conflict. What's your take?
It's a conflict. It's not helping Geno Smith. He played the worst game he's ever played in his life.
Right.
So it didn't help. But I've seen Tom the last 2 weeks. I saw him in Washington. I was doing the game, Washington Giants. I Saw him last week, Philly and Kansas City. I was doing a game on radio. You know, he stands at midfield for 2 hours before the game, and everybody comes to talk to him.
Right.
You know, I mean, whether it's the general managers, you know, Adam Peters or Howie Roseman, the players come up and talk to him. Coaches come and talk to him. So you can say, well, he's not allowed to be in production meetings. He's getting information down there in the field. I'm sure in the conversation he's having with these guys, like he's seen everything. But, you know, the fact that he's not in production meetings doesn't really mean that. He's getting the information he needs. But I do think it's a conflict if you are around Chip Kelly and talking about draft and talking about that. And, you know, he's got all this information he's getting. You know, I mean, it should, in the long run, probably help the Raiders, but I don't know how much it really does.
So the funny part is, and I get that the league wants him. I'd want him too. He might be the greatest player of all time, the greatest quarterback. You can't even argue with that. And so I understand the league. It's good to have Tom Brady around. Tom Brady is good for the National Football League.
He's good for business.
Yes, he is. So I do understand that part. All right. Best team right now in the AFC and NFC. For me, it's Green Bay and Buffalo. What about for you?
Yeah, I think you can't go wrong with how they have played. You know, I mean, for Buffalo's comeback against Baltimore like that, down, 40-25 in the fourth quarter, and they didn't blink. They came back and beat what might be, as good a team as there is offensively, at least in this league. And is what Green Bay has done, in a 4-day period of time. I mean, to take Detroit apart the way that they did, to see the Micah Parsons injection into that defense, which was already good. Now they look great. It's hard to argue with those two teams. There's 7 undefeated teams, Joe. Is there 7? 7 undefeated teams, I think. I wouldn't argue with either one of those teams right now.
Brian Baldinger here with us on QAM. Insider calls are brought to you by Nationwide. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
All right, Baldy. So getting back to Buffalo for just a second, as you know, we're leaving today to go up there and for the Thursday night football game. It's funny. They got a really good team, obviously. I think the key to that offensive line is playing. It's same guys, by the way, every year. Yep. They don't get hurt. They line up with the same 5, with the same key backups, and they just come at you. And now I don't know if the run blocking looks better to you, but their numbers are way up this year. Is there any weakness on this team that you look at Buffalo and they don't have superstars, but they got a lot of really good players?
Well, they play really well together as a team. And, the offensive line, Deion Dawkins is their star player. Aaron Cromer's their offensive line coach the last 3 years. They do line up the same 5 guys somehow every week, the same 6th guy that comes in. It's consistency. And they play with that, and they've all developed. Osiris Torrance was a rookie 3 years ago. He looks like a Pro Bowl guard right now. And there's a toughness to him. Like, it all starts up front. And, Josh Allen is kind of one of those guys. He walks onto the field with Deion Dawkins, at practice. So they played really well up front. For sure. Defensively, here's the key is that, they lost Ed Oliver last week. He didn't play. You didn't even notice, I mean, you lose Matt Milano. You don't even notice that he's not on the field. They play so well together defensively. They don't let the ball go over their heads. Buffalo's had Miami's number, obviously, since Josh Allen came into this league. Miami has never beaten them up there. So, I mean, it's I'm not saying that the epitaph is already being written right here, but they got the work cut out for them this week against that team.
Yeah, I'm just worried down here. Everybody's saying the right thing, but it's about, is Mike going to keep his job, and and how's the confidence of the team, and and what happened at the end of the game? You get 2 chances to score a touchdown. They get
Joe, you get. You're at the 40-yard line. You got 1:47 to go. We just saw Baker on Monday night take his team down and scored a touchdown.
Right.
Like, everybody, you're out there practice. Everybody runs that 2-minute drill every Friday. They rehearse it all year long. And to see them play like that, and that opportunity to go beat that team, like, that was probably the most disappointing thing to me about the whole day last Sunday, was that last drive where you got to, it looked awful.
Yeah.
It was just a horrible finish.
Yeah, there was some bad penalties, and the coach and the quarterback looking at each other and can't figure out what the people, too many in the huddle, not enough, this play, that play, delay a game. It was just, it was end up losing 10 yards on penalties when you got just about into the red zone there was just I don't know. I know they work on all these things and then this goes back. Mike's practices are too easy and it's too much of a country club and you hear it every week and you're out there sometimes, a lot of the guys, it just gets so frustrating, the same stuff. And now you'll play the way the national media thought you were going to play. A lot of people predicted this was going to happen.
Well, look, the only way to quiet the noise is to go shock the world, Thursday night.
Absolutely.
And go up there and beat Buffalo. That will take all of that, all the stuff that's building. And it was a lot louder, after this loss against New England than it was, against Indy. And it was bad after Indy. But they go out there and beat Buffalo, it all goes away. At least temporarily, it goes away. And then you start thinking about, well, if they can beat Buffalo, they can beat anybody, that kind of thing. So, that's what's out there in front of them. And I'm sure that's part of, Mike's speech to the team this week and in preparation. I mean, they've got talent in certain areas. They do have real talent. And Tua did play better last week. There is an awful lot of good players on the defensive line. It's about time they go out there and do something about it.
Yeah, you know what? And funny, this first time in a long time, I've talked about Achane, Waddle, and Tyreek Hill having good games together, making big plays. It's been a while. And, the speed that he has and Mike loves having and loves to use, and we got something out of him finally.
Well, I think it looks like the offense just goes through Achane. Like, obviously, Tyreek had a better game, and so did Waddle, and he found the end zone. That was all good. But, Achane is their star player. And so, I'm sure he's going to, relish the spotlight. He's a young kid that, he's got the fresh legs and the speed. And so let's see what he can do against a Buffalo defense that I don't think their safeties are great, Joe. I don't think their corners are great. But the way that they play, and Joey Bosa was a real factor last week. So I'm sure he's going to see that, backup right tackle quite a bit. I mean, Joey still looks like he has what it takes to be a great player.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they were bragging about him. Yeah, you're right. Hey, finally, before I let you go, Kansas City's 0-2. Is it too early to go, we got somebody new in the AFC that's going to take over?
Well, it's not too early, but it's I saw the game Sunday, and they don't have an explosive element to their team. And, to see Travis Kelce drop a bobble a ball to goal line to take the lead in the fourth quarter and have that ball intercepted, that turned the whole game around. They're not making the plays that we're used to see them making. And, they're really struggling to run the ball. They don't look like they've got any kind of elite running back right now. And so there's certainly some issues where you go, okay, maybe this is the year the Chargers take over or maybe Denver does. But you can see that sort of sentiment growing around the league right now.
Baldy, always great having you, man. Thank you so much. And hopefully I get to talk to you soon. And we're talking about Dolphins playing better football. So thank you, bud.
I hope so, Joe. I'll talk to you next week, buddy.
All right. Thanks. Brian Baldinger joining us this morning. Talk a little bit about the Miami Dolphins and a little bit about the NFL. Woody.
He's also the host of the Best Football Show podcast. Insider calls are brought to you by Nationwide. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
All right, I'll tell you who else is on your side every day. Harvey Cohn and Gary Judah, the partners of Cohn and Judah Injury Law Firm, personal injury attorneys in Plantation, man. But, hey, I don't know why. They're in Plantation, but you need to see them. Please call. They'll come out and see you and get started. Hey, I just want to say this. If the name on the law firm that you might already be with right now is handling your case and you're not real happy, if the name on the law firm is not actually handling your case and you're not happy about it, because I'm going to promise you one thing, Gary and Harvey are going to handle it with their 30 years each of experience. You're going to get all of them. That's it, man. There's not going to be any handoffs to somebody right out of law school. Big enough to go to trial and get you multi-million-dollar results, small enough just to call you back, little things like communication and updates. They understand when you're in pain from a slip and fall, automobile accident, or anything else, you're hurting. You want to know you're a priority. And if you're not feeling like that commercial said you'd feel when that guy was talking to you, And now you find out he's not even going to handle your case. Hell, he doesn't even know who you are. Maybe it's time for Harvey Cohen and Gary Judah. Good guys, man. I got to tell you, two of my favorite guys in the world. They really are. I tell everybody, go to ConanJudah.com, read the reviews, partners who you can always get a hold of. Call 866-FAIR-FEE. That's 866-FAIR-FEE. And remember this, they don't pay other lawyers to do the work you hire them to do.
Sports lives
to it here. How would you like to have a Pro Bowl Miami football player come visit an elementary school of your choice? It could happen. It's WQAM's MVP experience with the Dolphins. Zach Sealer is on board to speak at a school. Go to WQAM.com. Enter an elementary school in Broward or Dade now for a chance to win and get a visit from Zach Sealer, where he will speak to the students and more. For contest rules, go to WQAM.com, Joe.
Thank you, Woody. And, we've kind of, with everything going on, we have not done a very good job of talking. I know, Woody, tomorrow you guys got a big show lined up with the Miami Hurricanes and a lot of stuff for the Florida Gator Miami Hurricanes football game Saturday night with College Game Day here and everything else, Saban and Herbie and Desmond, Reese and McAfee.
Yeah, we got Dono in with us tomorrow.
Good.
So we're looking forward to doing some Kane stuff.
Hey, listen, man, they I don't want to jinx anybody, but they look the part. They do look the part here early on, and
you know what's interesting?
Didn't play down to their
has been a
competition.
sneaky good league, huh? There's some good teams in the ACC.
There is.
It's turned into one of the better leagues.
You know, it's funny, and Clemson is sitting up there.
I know, yeah, Clemson's a little bit of a mess.
That guy does not look like a first-round quarterback. Klubnik?
I don't know what a first-round quarterback is anymore.
I don't
all I hear
either.
is he's the best, and I hear Arch Manning is the best, and I don't. Neither of them look any.
No,
good
you
to me,
haven't
but I
seen
don't
either
know.
guy. No, you're right.
The heck do I
Neither
know?
guy is dancing right now on that podium the way they've played. I
Quarterback
agree
for
with
Miami
you.
has played about as good.
He
as,
is.
anyone else right now that I've seen.
He's been pretty good. Some of the young core, it's a weird year, man. There's a lot of true freshmen starting that have looked pretty good. There's one in Michigan that they have to play somebody better. But, yeah, this is going to be fun. And the next two games for, the Miami Hurricane schedule, man. Gators and then bye week and then Florida State. But this one, Carson Beck versus DJ Lagway, who, by the way, 5 touchdowns, 6 picks on the season. Of course, 5 of them coming last week in that 20-10 loss to LSU.
I wonder what the record is for interceptions in the season, because he's got to be close to chasing it down by the end of this day if he starts every game.
I don't think he's going to throw 5 every game, Woody.
3?
Woody, if he throws 5, his ass there'll be somebody else playing. He won't be. They're
Nobody
not going
knows
to
who
keep
the
playing.
backup is, so we'll see.
I don't know what the backup situation is.
Probably not good.
But
that guy's your starter.
I do know this. There's one thing. You ask coaches what there's a couple things. Fumbling. You see running backs fumble. They all get benched at some point, right? You're like, it doesn't matter who you are. You're going to go like, you're going to lose some carries because I can't. And the other one is throwing interceptions. Their game killed 5 times. You gave 5 extra possessions to LSU.
And his interceptions, they're like kind of like Tua's. Like he went all in on those, man. Those were bad throws.
So anyway, yeah, coming down here,
Canes
big
don't
show.
turn the ball over. They don't make a lot of those, if any, mistakes.
Well, he threw a couple of picks.
I know, but they don't make big mistakes. This team, man, they are a disciplined team. They don't make the mental errors that we've seen in past years. Just well coached right now.
The coaches on both sides of the ball have been really good. I agree. I agree. Hedeman's guys have played their ass off. He's got a nice little rotation of players he's playing. They're getting some young. They're actually getting something out of some true freshmen while this is going on. They got a safety that's playing at a real high level. They got a couple wide receivers, young wide receivers playing well.
That's been the best story on the team, right? This year, because it was all the talk was, how are you going to replace all those guys that left?
Well, I think the wide receiver story
have
for
been
me, I know
unbelievable.
some will say the secondary, but
Well,
for
that
me,
unit definitely needed some improvement, obviously.
the wide receiver room's been a great story.
Yeah.
I didn't know they're going to be this good.
I don't think anyone did.
Guys that came from other teams didn't do much last year. I mean, they're okay. Don't get me wrong. They got some experience, but that room's pretty damn good right now. And there's a lot of guys you can tell who we trust. And so that's
They seem to be on the
story.
same page, right? Quarterback and receivers there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, his guys made nice adjustments, throws that weren't good last week. He had some throws that weren't where you want the ball.
Not
right?
always going to be perfect.
CJ
yeah.
Daniels, well, I'm not saying that. I know he's not going to. You don't have to defend him. I'm just saying his guys made great Jesus.
I'm not trying to
Woody.
defend him.
CJ Daniels went around a guy on pass interference, makes a great catch down the sideline. Moore comes back on a ball that he's wide open, has to come back on it and make a nice catch with his hands and not let the defender who was catching up to him rip it out. And then there was another throw down the sideline, an adjustment to the outside. But, hey, man, quarterbacks, they're not going to always be on the money. And his guys are catching everything. So that's a nice story, man. I know Mario would rather talk about how they block and stuff, but, boy, those guys have got
to get a little of that flashback, too, though, man. That's fun when they hit those big plays. That catch, though, by C.J. Daniels, that Notre Dame game, that's one of the best plays so far this season.
That is
by anyone. That might be the best play.
That is the best play
that we've seen by any player this season.
On that team, yes.
On any team.
Well, I haven't seen. There you go. You what's with you today? I go to say about a throw, and you go, well, they're not all going to be perfect. Like you don't have to be. Carson Beck's really good. He doesn't need you to take it.
I just want to hear you admit that. That's all I want.
Jeez.
Thank you.
I know all this. You like, oh, we need a break again, Woody. We're at that point again in this marriage. It's we need a little break. Anyway, we got a lot more stuff to get to here. Paul Maurice is going to join us. We're going to talk to him. 3 trips to the finals, man. Trying to make it a 4th. More importantly, try to 3-peat. We'll talk to head coach as they get set to return and start the practices tomorrow. So we'll catch up with Coach next.
Sports live